Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Nat 20 Productions Edge of Legend, Episode 6, where last we left off, our heroes had a lot of adventures with orcs and campfires and giant, bigger orcs and smaller campfires. Before we get in too far, we want to just take a brief moment in reverence and in memory to a great man that we lost the other day. So I'd like to take a quick minute of silence for Granty Mohara. Thank you very much for your minute of silence. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for allowing us the brief time to pay respects to a great man, great nerd, great friend. That being said, let's kick things back off. Back to the high energy. We're going to go around to a quick introduction, especially for all those wonderful people that are rating us today. Let's start with Mr. Michael Powell.
Oh, okay. I'm first this time. Well, I am Michael Powell, and I play the fabulous Rufa, and who's an investigator, and my pronouns are he, him, them, and they.
Awesome possum. Casey, please tell us all the same things.
All right, I'm Casey. I play Matthias. We are both he, him, and he is a rogue, and I am in this chair.
Absolutely wonderful. Sydney, answer those exact same questions.
Hi, my name is Sidney, and I play Alona, the half-elf cloistered cleric, and my pronouns are she, her, and I am so excited to play this game today.
Absolutely wonderful. Kylie, introduce your lovely self.
Hi, I'm Kylie. I play Shionibus, the Elven Ranger, and we are both she, her, and I'm so excited to play with all my friends.
Woo! Amy, tell us what we want to know.
Yeah, I am Amy. I play Eloise, the halfling creepy kid, and we both go by she, her.
Can that be a new class, creepy kid?
I mean, she's made it.
Yeah, it's true. I think they're working on releasing The Witch, which I think is a really cool, creepy, but not evil thing to play. So that could be a lot of fun. And Ian, and your Tremazing, wow, incredible and amazing, handsome beard visage. Please tell us all the answers.
My name's Ian. I play Woodwort, and occasionally roll for Mush when he's not scampering about, otherwise controlled by PJ. But we both go by he, him, and they, them.
For everyone else, my name is PJ. I'm your local GM. I will be playing everyone else. I go by he, him. The characters that I be playing may or may not go by those pronouns, but we will cross that bridge when we get to it. So, for those of you that may not have seen last episode, like I said, we were in the forest, moving around a bunch of different camps as orcs have attacked this city. In there, looking through the forest, they found this one campsite, one of the Orcan campsites, with this gigantic orc, easily 12 foot tall, staring off into space. And after a few really good rolls, they were able to convince this giant orc that Shionibus was a general or commander of this orc military. Now, that may sound weird. It should. The fact that orcs working together to make a military, that's not usually how they play. After a few days of traveling, they get to another camp. Whereby, if I believe correctly, Amy and this giant orc are entering with a plan, and as they get close, they see a familiar face tied to a tree. And that's where we'll be opening. So, Kylie, you see the unmistakable, bloody and bound visage of Larian Voss tied to a tree by the mouth, the throat, and the waist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Huh? Yeah. And right there.
Oh.
Ooh, she's just gonna freeze, like, complete shock, just grateful that he's alive at this point, but complete shock, standing still, frozen in place, white as ghost.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, no, by the way, Eloise, what's your plan?
Well, Eloise, completely not being able to read actual people's signals, is just like, okay, so we're throwing the bomb into this camp, right? We're just gonna toss it, boom, and go, right? That was the plan. Mr. Orkman. Leontari?
Leontari?
Unit designation Leontari, yes.
Okay. We have the bombs. We're gonna throw the bombs into the camp.
Let's not. How about instead?
But that was the plan.
Are we all
Yeah,
here?
you know.
That was before we knew that Cobbledale's local heartthrob was inside of the camp.
What's a heartthrob?
Well, once you pick the blade, it begins to pulsate with a vicious cuckoo.
Oh yeah, I get that when I do the tendril things.
Yes, and it looks like it's coming out of their chest. Sometimes it does, depending on where you pierce the flesh and where you remove. I'm sorry, are you all right?
Are we supposed to stab him in the heart?
No, God, no. Oh my God.
Carried away. Are you all right, Shirley?
You see that? See that mess of a person over there?
Ooh. Yes, I'm afraid I do.
And she's gonna like pull him to the side and whisper ever so quietly.
Been like,
Woo! And whisper ever so quietly. That is your ticket to find your mom.
Ah, that is quite a bloody ticket you've got there. For me.
Go back to the group. So let's not blow up this camp.
That
Or
was
do
weird.
Yeah,
pick
you
up a
know,
lot.
adults can be weird sometimes.
Nothing to fear. It seems we should save this one, I suppose. He is not an orc. He is not threatening us currently, and so perhaps we should do the right thing and blow everyone else up.
Yes.
Really fast, Michael, what's up?
I was wondering, while they're doing this interaction, could I use my observe as potentially a class feature to basically kind of case the area, seeing any weaknesses, any extra information, guard changes, stuff like that?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's my role, correct?
Yes.
All right.
As a seek.
Excellent. Okay, so I think I remember your modifiers. I will tell you really fast. Do you guys have any other planning that you want to do, or do you want to wait for this roll to finish up so we can figure out the next step?
+7.
Let's figure out the role, because my first thought is, well, we want to blow the camp up, but not Larry and Voss. So my thought is extraction.
Okay. It is a total roll of 18. I know I'm not supposed to tell you that, but the reason why I'm telling you this is because what you notice in front of you is, I don't know if you remember the amount of people I said last time. You have 1 orc, 1 hobgoblin, and 3 goblins. You know that you could tell there was probably a period of time where there was more stationed here, but as such, a lot of the materials for camping have been packed up and they seem to be gone. And the normal number of troops that would be at a location like this drastically reduced to like 5 people. There is a fireplace going in There's a fire in the campsite.
Very fancy.
You know, some orcs just be like that, though. It is a fire burning in the middle of the day, which is very unusual because despite the smoke coming up, there's no reason to have a fire in the day. They're not cooking anything. They're just leaving the fire blazing. And of course, bloody and bound is Larry and Voss tied to a tree about 25 feet from your current position into the camp.
Is there anything around the fire?
No, it's
Just a fire?
Just a fire. It's like maybe a foot deep hole with a bunch of stones pardon me, a bunch of stones around.
Fire pit.
Yeah, fire pit. Thank you. It's a fire pit, but they have like something's definitely burning in there, but you can't see anything.
Okay. My friends, this seems a bit unusual. You see there's a fire burning, but they're not using it for anything. Usually if one would have a fire burning, especially during daylight, it would be used, but this one is not. And I believe something's burning inside. Could anybody see what it is?
If you want to see, give me a perception check.
Okay.
It goes for everyone here because you're all there.
Mm.
Okay,
24.
so 24 from Mike. Okay.
18.
Casey, 18 for Kylie. 24, 18.
27.
27. Nice. Sidney, what'd you get?
12.
12. Very good. Amy,
25.
25. Ian.
Oh, Woodward got a 9.
But what did Mush get?
There ain't nothing different about that. They're orcs and goblins. Who says they got to use the fire they start?
All right. So I will give it to Casey as he rolled highest. As you're looking in the fire, trying to kind of make out any shapes.
And the flame?
Yes, the fire and the flames. Every time. So as you look into the fire and the flames, we carry on to see that there's a shape. There's a weird shape in the fire. It looks like an axe for whatever reason.
Why they burning an axe?
Seems a bit odd. There seems to be some sort of the best thing that I can see is an axe of some sort.
Does it look like it's attached to a person?
No, it doesn't. However, I would not be surprised if this fire and flame was being prepared for a person.
Did Larry and Voss carry an axe?
Yeah. He didn't go anywhere without it.
Why would they burn his axe before him?
Michael, I see your hand raised. What's up, my dude?
Yes. Question.
Mhm.
Do we see that the fire is the fire itself is burning, or is the axe creating the fire?
Good question. The fire is burning, and you can tell because there is still fuel being used. Small twigs, dry brush, kind of dead leaves. So there's definitely a fuel burning the fire. The fire is burning on the axe that Casey saw.
Okay. Does anybody know if this fellow's axe has certain magical properties? Perhaps they are attempting to destroy said weapon.
Now I can't remember.
Kylie, give me a... Oh boy. Give me a history check or give me a society check.
Society, because I don't got history.
Everyone's got
At 20.
Whoa.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
So since you got the best number, I'm going to tell you everything.
There it is.
So spending your time with Larry and Voss in the past, as you went on raids and whatnot, you know that he had a very special axe that he called Halfson. And Halfson was his he always looked at it with disdain and respect, and he said, much like me, it is a bastard of the sea. And he always called it sea metal or salt steel. He always talked about how it was the only weapon he ever needed. What he was talking and not grunting and swearing.
Right on.
Okay.
So,
It didn't have any... Does it have any magical properties that she's aware of? Does it glow or anything?
From what you've seen, he's mostly used it during raids at sea, and the one thing you've noticed is that he never had to sharpen or clean it and all that time out in the ocean, it never rusted, it never aged, it was never dull. You also know that when he got on a ship with that weapon, it was usually a bloodbath.
Handsome and effective.
Axes be like that, though. Michael, you got a question?
No. I just was holding my fan.
So
All right.
how does everyone feel about an extraction?
I mean, I was ready to sneak anywhere anyway.
You are the sneakiest little girl I've ever met in my entire life.
I look like a goblin.
Actually, I do have
That's right. It should be. Get
Yeah.
just a minute, Mile, but it should be stated at home that our 11-year-old halfling sorcerer looks like a disguise check 33 goblin. She looks more goblin than a goblin.
She's cosplaying.
She's killing it.
Yeah, she's cosplaying.
And so, yes. So, Michael, what was your question?
I was asking, so how are the guards arranged in that area right now?
So the orc is standing about 5 feet away from the campfire, just looking at papers, bored and frustrated at the 3 goblins who are basically doing figure 8 laps all over the camp. Basically like when a kitty or a puppy gets the energy and just starts running everywhere.
Zoomies.
Zoomies.
The zooms.
Yeah, your goblins friends are getting the mad zoomies. And the hobgoblin is looking vexed, much like a parent would, who's trying to go, my children are insane. Why can they not hold still? I am not going to try to command them. I hope they just get this energy out of their system. And the hobgoblin's about 5 feet to the right of the orc.
Perhaps we should send the little one in, as she is fabulously disguised. And perhaps under the pretense of either interrogating the fellow or feeding him.
I mean, I
While
don't
doing
think they're.
so, getting information.
I don't know if they're gonna let me interrogate him. They don't seem to respect the goblins at all.
Well, I
But-
mean, when you're talking to the other goblins,
Uh,
the ones that are running around with chickens with head cuts off.
Now hold on. Are we trying to get him out or his dope axe?
Eh,
I feel like
I mean,
one
if we could do
or the other.
both,
but if we have to choose between one or the other,
preferably him.
Okay, well, now we got our priorities straight. We can continue.
Really fast. Casey, what were you saying?
We should save the human.
He's not human. How dare you?
He's half human.
we should save the tie to the tree man.
Alternatively, if Matthias, I don't know how comfortable you are sneaking in on your own and maybe swiping the dope axe while Eloise simultaneously swipes the dope person. Perhaps that could be arranged as well.
Wiper swipes.
Wait, hold on. We're sending in the full-grown man to grab the axe and the 11-year-old girl to grab the man?
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
the one that looks like a goblin can go as a distraction, and we just do more stuff at once.
I mean, I can go in and be like, "Oh my gosh, we were attacked! They're burning our camp!" And
Yes,
see if they'll come.
actually,
Perfect.
you can lead those goblins and orcs away from the fellow who's tied to the tree and the burning axe.
Do we need everyone else alive? My blades are getting a bit thirsty.
Oh.
I mean,
Hold on, I
can
got
also
priorities again. You're talking about everyone in the camp and not us, right? I'd preferably like to stay alive through this entire endeavor.
Yes, I prefer to
Darn.
still be among the living as well.
I'm not going to kill you. What? No.
Yet.
Okay, yeah, well, I don't care anybody about in that camp except, no, Shonabis said that we have to take care of that one guy. I haven't had the pleasure yet, but, yeah, we should grab him, and then I guess we just do what we did with all the other camps.
Can you tell Leontari that once I lead the people that they're our enemy and to attack them. So like I'm not stuck with all these people following
Yes.
me some random place.
You and the big fellow go together.
You remember? You remember that when we were in the last camp and we had these bombs and they kind of sat there and fizzled and sizzled for a while in the fire and then they went off? Why don't you grab the axe, drop it in the fire, and then we wait for it to go off before we grab him? I mean,
No,
I thought they said
how
we
far
can't
away is
blow
he?
him up.
I am
how
quite.
far away is he? That could be a horrible idea.
Friends. I think best course of action with least casualties would be to lead these goblins and orcs away with the little one and the big one, while the rest of us save the fellow tied to the tree and retrieve said burning axe.
Which I am much better at retrieving axes that are not on fire.
So
Well, we can put the fire out.
Maybe with a clap of their hands or a bit of. I saw you doing some icy bits. Perhaps that could be of use.
Yes, I think
Glare
the
that
work does have
no.
icy bits.
I mean, I'll send whatever you want into a goblin camp. I don't much mind if I hit any of them either, but they're not here for any good reason. But I don't know if I can sneak in as good as anyone else, and I'm pretty sure. Well, wait, Eloise, you shot lightning, right? We got the
Yes.
lightning thing, both of us.
yeah,
You got the frost thing too.
no, I have tentacles.
I love that. Do you have the frost thing? Nah, I got tentacles.
I feel like this is going to be a smash and grab, no matter how it goes down. And it's going to shake out one way or another, and let's just hope it all works out in our favor. So,
What if we bury, say, the bombs and use them as sort of surprise landmines?
As long as we
That's
can-
not a
but
bad
that
idea.
also means that I have to remember where those landmines are.
Do we also know enough about putting together bombs? Because last time it blew us up too.
That's why I said drop it in the fire and run.
So, am I distracting these guys or not?
Do
I
it.
vote for distraction.
Okay, bye! I go running into camp.
So Eloise charges off as a goblin would and should.
Yeah.
Casey, looks like you want to say something. What do you want to say?
Oh no! I'll just. Well, I made a promise and gentle jog, like not breaking a sweat.
Nice.
Fine.
I'm going to
yeah.
follow or going around,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a flanking direction towards the guy tied to the tree.
Okay, kind of going around the long way.
Yeah, like
Smart.
that. Yeah.
Okay, really fast, Casey. Which direction are you going? Are you following Eloise? Are you also flanking around?
Following Eloise.
Smart move. Okay. Silently or kind of meh?
I mean, as much as possible.
Okay.
A little light jog.
From a scale of silently to meh, how are you roguing today, Casey?
I mean, there's always a bit of silence.
I mean, when it comes to a halfling and a full-size person, my really fast running and his slow jog are like pretty decently paced.
Yeah. Really fast. So, the other people, the group of the party. Sidney, what is Alona doing?
Well, Alona is going to sneak as best as she can to the edge of camp, to a nice vantage point where she can watch everything behind a tree.
Okay, all right. Morel is kind of staying where everyone's positioned. He's got his slightly janky busted shield, and he's like, I'll just be the reinforcements. You guys have a good time. I'll see you later.
Oh, actually, before I go, could we tell Morel to just stay here until the fighting starts and then run in?
He gives you a quick little salute. And he's
Yeah.
like, already on it, mate. I'm really good at just staying right here. Kylie, what is Shionibus doing?
Oh, right now she's gonna head towards the fire
Okay.
because she's got a plan. She's gonna head towards the fire, but like stay low, stay out of sight, all that good jazz.
Okay, so you're stealthing to the fire.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. 1, 2, 3 stealth checks. Ian, what is Woodward and Mush doing?
I was trying to figure out if I could. I was trying to find a way to fix our friend's shield. But it. Oh. Yep. So that morning, seeing that the shield was broken beforehand, I have to prepare my spells. So mending is one of those spells.
Yes.
So while I'm waiting with Morel for the basically the run-in tactic, I'm not entirely sure Woodward will want to sneak around. I think I'm going to cast mending on Morel's shield.
Heck yeah. Now remind me about mending. Is that it's a fixed amount of dice to heal?
Yeah, I can get you those numbers in 1 second.
Sure. While you're doing that, I would like Casey, Kylie, Michael, give me a stealth check and let me know them numbers.
First in the campaign, natural 20.
Woo!
Nice.
Hey.
Episode
That's
5, we got
what's
5 nat 20s, so now we just need 4 more.
Yeah.
I believe in us.
Now we just need Casey to get all the nat 20s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, this is
All right.
Our rogue can finally stealth, guys.
I got 16.
Okay, so we got a 16 for Rufa. Okay, and
22.
all right, Shionabis got a 22. Excellent. So here's the deal I'm going to make for you, Sidney. You don't have to make a stealth check if you're not as close as everyone else is to the campfire.
Aw, nah, I gotta be there in case someone burns or something.
All right, hit me with that sweet stealth check.
Okay. Oh no. Why is my dexterity -1? Oh! I got an 18.
Okay, not bad at all.
Respectable.
By the way, Rufa, remember you still have fatigue on you, so not only are you going to have the minuses to rolls.
No, I calculated that already.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, it was -4, right?
Yep, -4 and a -1 to your AC, and you cannot take downtime actions until you go to bed.
Yeah. So already -4 on that.
Yeah. Okay, so we got that. Awesome. The shield's being mended. Really fast before we get to the amount. Amy, so you are breaking in. Now, last clarification question before we go full balls of the wall psycho on this. What was Leontari told to do?
Leontari was told to go to smash the people who are gonna follow me out of the camp.
Okay, so as you are running into camp, Leontari just stomping through the forest, and it's almost like Jurassic Park where you hear the stomping and then you see the trees parting, and there comes this 12-foot orc, unstoppable war machine, who just is like heaving shoulders, hanging above Eloise, just watching in Overwatch mode, looking at all 5 people, ready for just one person to get too close. Eloise, you are breaking in. What are you saying as you're breaking into the camp?
So I start in Goblin and just go like, and then as I get closer, I stop and I breathe really, really hard. I'm like, they are attacking the campuses. They're after us. They're trying to destroy all of us. Our unit is damaged. You need to help.
Oh, I love that. So right away, the orc hears you going off on Goblin, and you can see he kind of like cringes at the sound of the language. And he's about to ask the Hobgoblin for a translation when you start going off in Common. And he kind of stops and slowly turns and goes, and in Common, he says, "Little Half-Green, you're telling me they've been attacking your unit and your camp? Was this before or after orders? Give me a deception check with a +2. Also, he's going to try to make a perception check because this is weird. And yeah, he gets nowhere close to that kick-ass DC. He's got no idea.
Deception is a 24.
Oh yeah.
I'm really good at deception.
For all he knows, you're one of his idiot babies. He's just like, why did you leave my babies? So the orc buys it immediately. Really fast pause. Ian, what's the healing to that shield?
Okay, there's a couple things I need to know, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a magic item?
No.
Did it have the quote-unquote broken condition?
Yes.
Okay, so because it is broken,
Mhm.
it is now unbroken and gets back half of its HP.
Solid.
If it was not in the broken condition, you actually end up rolling a d4 and it gets that many hit points back.
No.
But he's got half of his hit points back and it's not broken anymore.
No, that's a cantrip, right?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
totally.
That's
It's
amazing.
actually, I'm looking at my other cantrips and realizing that I should have probably prepared this a lot sooner, considering I have no shield anymore.
Hey, in the future.
Yeah.
So Morel's looking at his shield as it kind of like shakes and warbles, and then soon it kind of goes, pop, like little break in cave. It's kind of pops right out.
But
And
I'm
he's just
gonna make a special. I'm gonna make the sound effect.
That's amazing.
Done.
Casey, can you also give me that sound effect?
Ah, yes. The classic.
Yes. Just like that. And the shield pops right out. So you do that, you heal his shield, Morel's kind of seeing that, and then you kind of see his stance get a little deeper, and he's like, his shoulders start bouncing, and he's like, all right, yeah, now I'm feeling really good. So, Eloise, these guys are biting hook, line, and sinker. You can see anger and frustration kind of wash over the orc's face. You see the hobgoblin kind of start to like look panicky and then look to the orc like, as that happens, everyone's perception or everyone's stealth check was great. The distraction with your own rolls, you are now basically closing in on this camp. Let's see here. Kylie, you're moving towards a fire, yes?
Yes.
You're able to move to a part of the forest where you see the campfire maybe 10 feet away from you, and all of the attention is now on Amy. You know you can probably move up and make a quick action in a bit. Casey, so you're keeping kind of close watch of Eloise? From where you're standing, kind of hidden in the trees and bushes beside her, you know that you could basically leap into the fray and take out all three goblins in one foul sweep before anyone has any idea you're even there. Alona, oh my god, what is even going on? This is insane. Rufa, you're tired. You're a little, you got that
Cranky.
dry, cranky. You know that when you don't sleep very well and your eyes are blurry. You are eventually able to, through horrible stepping around this camp, get near Larry and Voss in the tree. So you're going, right? You're going to Larry and Voss side of the tree.
Yeah.
You
It's
see
like
that
Scooby-Doo style.
you see that he is tied in those three positions I mentioned with very secure knots. The rope is basic traveling rope. It looks like this was rope they probably would use to bind up their materials, and they kind of had to make do with what they had, and they just tied this guy to a tree.
Is it a difficult knot?
Knot seems pretty strong. It might take you a few bits, especially with your leery focus, to loosen these knots with your bare hands.
Does he see me?
He does not look conscious at all. His eyes are closed. You give me a medicine check.
Well, at least we didn't send the 11-year-old girl to, pick him up.
11.
No.
Yep. See.
I mean, I think she could like sweep the legs and do the carry of the shoulder.
My
11.
strength is 1.
Yeah, she could see. She's got a 1. So your check tells you that he is severely wounded, dehydrated. He has a lot of cuts that have healed poorly all over his body, and he's covered in the dimples and bruises of orc fists all over his ribs and face.
Am I close enough to touch him?
Yeah, absolutely. You're
Okay.
right there by him to see all this information.
I want to using my hand to cover his mouth, and with my other hand, kind of try to shake him awake, or just do this to him.
When you put your hand over his mouth, his skin feels very cold, and the breath coming out is extremely shallow as it
Okay.
fights over the rope.
But he doesn't react at all.
he doesn't have any physical reaction at all. He's like, from what you can tell from his eyes, if he's conscious, he has no energy to move.
Can I take my dagger out to actually cut the ropes instead of untying, since that would be kind of quicker?
Absolutely. Roll to hit. DC's real low because it's a piece of rope sitting still. Not an angry orc with a personality problem.
Is this dagger named Occam's razor?
We're going to get to the center of this.
So, let's see. So that would be, let's see. 18, 20, 24, minus 4, 20.
Yeah. You hit double damage because the DC is like a 10. So do the damage of the knife and double it to break the rope.
Okay.
Just go right through the rope into his flesh.
That was, do I use the damage? It's strength modifier, right?
That's correct. It's 1d4 plus your strength mod.
I
Ooh,
feel
are
like this
daggers
is kind of the
finesse
natural
weapons?
turn would be bad.
I think they're finesse to hit, but they're still strength for damage.
I got a 4, so double that would be an 8.
Nice. The rope snaps very easily as you just like my hand out. It's a blur. You just do that and it snips it. Just
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get him kind of on my shoulder and try to. Is anyone near me, or am I here alone?
hold on. Perception check. Okay, so you're all in your positions. Eloise, you see Rufa start to cut the ropes. You see Kylie's character, Shonibus, in position to grab the axe. And you can tell that Matthias, your kind of guardian angel, is ready to get all murder stabby should the need arise. And you can feel somewhere a flower is blooming and you think it's Alona. I don't know. What do you do? Oh, and I should say this. As Rufa is cutting the ropes, you can kind of hear the sound of his knife sawing through the rope. What do you do?
I start, I walk closer to the orc, and I'm like, we must go now, we must go, or they're going to take the unit. And I try to get them to come to me towards where Leontari is waiting, to come that way and try to get them to move fast.
Give me a deception check.
Okay.
That's actually really smart. Trying to get them to follow her out is exactly what Leotari was told to destroy.
That's 23.
Oh yeah.
I have +7.
She's a great liar.
Holy crap.
So the orc looks at his papers. Look that he's holding, because he's currently holding papers as he looks frustrated. He folds the papers and he stuffs them into this little pocket that he's got, little pouch. He looks to the hobgoblin and the goblins, and he tells the hobgoblin, "Get your sword and shield. Get your little friends. I'm tired of being bored. We're gonna do our job." And to which the hobgoblin leans down and picks up this steel shield, racks it on his arm, draws his curved blade, and just goes. And he starts speaking in Goblin, which you know, and he says, "Little greens, big boss talking now. Big and with double mouth, listen with 2 ears. Follow, double tall mean green. We have a job to do." And the other goblins just look at him and go, "You're not our real god, but we're going because we're bored." And they grab their crude weapons, they hoist them into the air, and they run with their giant flappy feet in front of them. And they proceed to chase after the direction you're telling them to go into.
Yep.
PJ.
Yeah, Michael.
Really quick, I would like to point out the hat that Rufa made for her is quite large.
It is a large leopard print hat.
Yeah, it would fit her octopus under that. That's how big it is.
Yes.
True. I know she wants to have
a
Yeah,
window.
big hat.
Even better. So the minute they get near Amy as a goblin, they go, "Ooh, she half double time, hat big, brain think he must be super smart now." And they're like, they kind of lean in, and then Goblin, they say, "We listen to big hats. We know listen to big boss. Big boss, small hat. Not nice. He farts in sleep. Ugh, I know." He doesn't even try to make it smell. Right? What's wrong with him? No manners. Rude. And to which they proceed to, like, stand beside you, ready to go to the gates of hell with Amy. Meanwhile, the hobgoblin is trying to shout orders. And the orc is just pulling out these punching daggers and just nonchalantly going through. Thankfully, as they're leaving, all of your stealth actions are paying off. You're able to get Larry and Voss without any attention. You now have a +4, basically, to steal this axe from the fire. Just make sure you don't burn yourself. Ilona, what is even going on? Casey, if you wish to do whatever action you want to do, pop out and sneak attack some people, these guys are so not paying attention. They're basically flat-footed for you.
I will hold the action of stabby stab until I guess the trigger would be something stupid.
Hey, say something
someone
stupid.
tells me to go, but I am
love
ready.
I love it. All right. So we got Casey ready on the draw. Does anyone else take any other actions before this probably gets sideways real fast?
Oh.
Kylie, do you want to make that check to get that axe out of the fire?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, you get a +4. I want from you and your choice: acrobatics to take it out of the fire without hurting yourself, or stealth to walk up there quietly.
Is all the enemies like past her already? Like already headed towards?
Yeah, they're about
They're going?
15, about 10, 15 feet away from you, closer to Amy and Leah and Tari, who's just ready to rock.
Let's keep it stealth. Just in case things go south.
Okay.
22.
22, very nice. Yeah, no one hears you move. No one is.
You said
even...
+4, right?
Yes.
Then 20. What is that? 26.
20, 26. No kill like overkill. You sneak in. They rolled an 8 on the die face, so they have no idea that you're in the camp. As you reach in and snag the axe really fast, you do take 2 fire damage as you have to plunge your arm into a fire to pull this out quickly. So take that 2 fire damage, if you will.
Do I take only -1 because she's a desert elf?
Yep. She has resistance 1 to fire, so when she takes fire, she takes 1 less damage.
This may work
That's so handy.
This may work out for Shonobis. Voss could be super into scars. And you got his favorite axe back.
Yeah, but I don't know if I like him for her. He was kind of a dick earlier.
I mean, she stole his boat, so like I get why he's mad. I get it.
Yeah.
He should
Oh,
feel
wait.
honored.
Stole it and sunk it.
Yeah.
And sunk it.
Stealing it and still owning it, you could return it. There's no possibility of that at this point.
Yeah.
All I can think of is, you'll get another one, a better one. Like
That one.
that whole thing.
That one.
That one.
Oh my god. But the good thing is you get the axe back. Now, what's important to say is the minute you pull out the axe, it looks like, how to describe this? The axe looks, you know, when a person is bruised, when a person is actually physically hurt and it's pulsing and you can see the tender damage to the skin, you can actually feel the axe quivering in your hand. And from the look of this, the blade and the handle, it looks like it's actually been bruised, burned, scarred by this fire. And you can see as you're looking into it, these old runes kind of all over the axe, and they look like they're just kind of, they're burning and they're kind of fading a little bit. So now you have Hafson, the axe, spelled Hafson, for those of you at home. So you have Hafson, Michael has Larry and Voss, and Casey has a target-rich environment. Eloise, are you continuing to pull them to Leontari?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep leading them that way and be ready to cast something and duck behind a shield and cast in case they decide to start attacking me. But
Okay.
I'm booking it.
So you book it, and eventually you hear in Goblin, your new Goblin compatriot, say, "This tree weird. Double thick, wide, tall, but not tall, tree tall. It like, wait." And suddenly you hear this voice in Orcish shout, "Leontari, orders accepted!" And this giant fist just starts throwing down at the ground. As Leontari starts slamming hands, he pops one goblin like that kind of bubble wrap you get.
Oh, goodness.
He's gone. And with that giant slam, the orc and hobgoblin jump back, draw weapons in a fighting stance. The two other goblins are now running in kind of in their own satellite of each other, just shouting, "Ah! Crap for crap lord! Bows for bow god! Father, why hast thou forsaken children people being us?" To which... roll initiative!
Woo!
And by the way, Casey,
Yep.
I will say your nat 20 on your stealth check is your initiative for this fight.
Cool. They also activated my trap cord.
They did. They did something stupid.
They did something.
Hey.
Initiative. Is it perception for us for this one, or something else, or stealth, or what?
It is, let's see here. Since all of you guys are stealthing, I will say it can be your previous stealth check. If you want to do something rash or crazy or something different, you can have a perception check. Good old-fashioned perception check.
Also, I know I have a -4, but that +4 that from the distraction that's being provided, do I also get that bonus?
Yeah, watches each other out.
Okay.
So I guess I'm gonna have Woodward roll a perception check because he's kind of sitting off to the side, waiting to hear something going down before he jumps in.
All right.
Sounds like a good idea, generally.
I got a 22.
Okay.
Also, I just want to point out, Ian, when you healed Morel's shield, you created the shield that was broken, and it has been remade. So, good job.
Great.
The shield that was broken, the shield that was remade. So let's see here. Sidney, what's your initiative?
Oh, it is a 16.
Okay, that's actually two less. Shonibus, you see the fight kick off. You can perception, you can stealth. What's your initiative?
You said I can use stealth from this past one, right?
Yeah, as you're sneaking up.
I'm gonna do that.
All right, adding that now retroactively. Eloise.
Well, I got a nat 20 and it's a 27.
Hell yeah.
That's 3 of them already today?
Yeah.
Yep. Guys,
you.
we're getting too good.
Yeah, we're
Too
we're
good.
on
You might say
Ian.
we're on a roll.
Oh,
Hey.
I
Good
left that. I left that open. Woodward got a 13.
Mm-hmm. All right. Woodward, 13. Morel got a whopping 7.
Ooh.
Let's see. Okay, Leontari got a 10.
He's a slow boy.
He is big,
He's-
lumbery, big.
As Ian, I think, best described me to my face, he is all flex and no dex. So, let's see here. So the orc is gonna get a total of. So I can find that quick little cheaty sheet I wrote. Perfect. All right. So the orc has a pretty high number. Won't go first, but he'll be there. The hobgoblin. Oh, hobgoblin got garbage. And speaking of garbage, that's what the goblins got.
Ooh.
Tell us what you really think, PJ.
It's nice when it's really nice when the game master's on your side.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Garbage.
I know they're doing their best, but
I want to play poker with you, PJ, one day. If that's
I'm
your
the
talent.
worst. I'm the worst at poker. I'm because here's the thing. I am not good, and once and I stopped trying really fast. Like third hand, I'm like, you know what? I'm just glad to be here with the boys. It's so good. What's that? We're dealing? Like, deal or no deal? Oh, cards. I'm just glad to be here.
You're a perfect poker opponent for me then.
All right. So, first out the gate, I'm assuming, Casey, your dexterity is higher than Eloise. Eloise, what's your dexterity?
4, but Casey also had a held action.
Yes, I will give that precedent in this case. So, Casey, something stupid happened. It is tremendous. You have two living goblins, an untouched orc, and an untouched hobgoblin.
That orc is gonna get touched.
Forked? That orc is gonna get forked.
Yep. And so I'm gonna run up and stab him.
All right, one action for the move. Give me the stabby stab.
All right, so I'm gonna use my hero point that I got.
Oof.
Nice.
Let's try this again. There we go. Okay, I did not want to counteract a critical success with a critical failure. So, that is a 24. I'm assuming that he is flat-footed because no one saw me.
You not only is he flat-footed, that's a de facto critical hit.
Nice.
Yes. The second
Do it,
one.
Casey.
All right.
So you won't be doubling the sneak attack damage, but you will be doubling the stab.
Okay. So double my attack, and then still just add the stealth die on the end.
Yeah, so you're going to double the D4 and your strength bonus, and you're going to add the D6 after.
So 10 plus 6. That's a total of 11.
Oh.
Not bad. Is that with or without the D6?
That is with the D6. The D6 was a 1.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oof.
However, I'm assuming that's not enough to outright kill him, so I will proceed with a twin feint if he is still...
Good news, he's still flat-footed. You don't have to twin feint. You can just go sneak, sneak, which I think the penalty on the hit's still the same.
Yeah, and since I've already used a movement as a thing, it's basically call it whatever you want. I'm gonna hit him again.
You're going to stab him twice.
Yeah. Feinty or not, yep, that should still be okay. 15, but he's still flat-footed.
That'll hit.
Okay,
Yay!
so no double on this one, but he still takes another 7 damage, so a total of 18 damage.
Nice.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's a lot of damage.
he really
Uh,
is.
And the good thing is I pre-rolled any sort of fortitude save for anything, and he rolled a die face 2. So, Casey, tell me
Perfect.
the tail.
Yeah!
So,
Yes.
I just have a moment of, right, that's my cue. And I just dash forward on my tippy toes. And then I just, like Assassin's Creed slow motion for a second, leap on his back with both blades in, so like a phoom, phoom. And then I sort of drop down off of him so I can put the weight on one leg, and just with 2 blades in his back, just sort of flip him over me, and then just kind of like hover over his body, pull out my blades, ready for the next thing.
All right, and as his body is now being thrown, you can just see how limp his arms are going and how his head slacks off in the wind, kind of odd. And as he's dead and you've felled your opponent, the hobgoblin just kind of goes, "Huh?" and sees that you've just murder tossed his superior officer and his, like, you guys know Gargoyles, the animated TV show? Remember the red one with the wild white hair, the smart one? I want to say his name was like Brooklyn. He kind of looks like Brooklyn with his kind of beaky maw, and he's like, "Huh?" Like, he's not okay that you took an orc from full HP to -3 in one go.
I should also say
It was actually Lexington.
I was about to say, it's like,
Lexington.
I lean over his corpse and I say, "Don't even think about trying to grab me."
You almost hear as his like last breath leaves his eviscerated body. Wouldn't dream of it, and then he just kind of passes on up or down. I don't know. Their god doesn't really have a home. So you dismantle him in one fast sweep. Eloise, you see Matthias just like jump easily, like 8 feet in the air. Blades pop out, lands on this guy, flips him, kills him in midair, lands on him again. The hobgoblin is terrified. The two goblins are at this point losing their entire sanity. What do you do?
Which is closer to me, the goblins or the hobgoblins? Or any of them in a line?
A line.
I love the Disguise 101. Unfortunately, the two goblins are probably they're right next to you.
Yep.
I guess you could say they're in a line because they're both to your left, and one is 5 feet and one is 10 feet.
Okay.
Lightning.
And where's the hobgoblin?
The hobgoblin is about 5 feet behind the goblins. So he was, I guess, transitive property, 10 feet away from you.
Okay. I'm gonna... Where is that thing? Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Alright. I'm gonna plant my feet. Rub my hands together. Go 1, 2, 3. Fry! And try to hit the two goblins.
They trusted you. Okay, so what is their? Is it a reflex save or?
For the electric arc, no. I just have to roll to hit them.
Oh, go right ahead.
But a lot of people have trusted Eloise, and it doesn't usually work out. So, it's a 17 on the die face.
Noted.
I was like, well.
Because I can math it, but
No, 17 alone is tremendous. So that's gonna hit, and it's gonna hit both of them with that 17.
Okay, cool.
So roll damage.
So then, that's fully that, and then my spell attack modifier is wisdom. So that will be 8 points of damage
Oh,
to both of them.
so I'll save you the math and do the shorthand. They're both at -2. Amy, tell me the tale.
So she sees as Matthias does this like cool kick-ass move, and she's like, "Hey, I can do stuff like that too. Look!" And just blasts through the center of both of them with just this like wet electricity, and then looks at Matthias and goes, and puts her hands on her hips.
So you do the with your hands, like yeah. As you do that, the goblins have this giant burning hole in their guts, and like they kind of drop to one leg each, and they reach up and they go, "Big hat, double cool, so great," and they die. But that's all in Goblin. Only you know that you're double great. So both Gobos completely eradicated. We may not even have a full round, you guys.
I doubt it.
I'm okay with that. I'm gonna be honest.
Shionibis, you see the hobgoblin who's got a dead superior officer and dead shock troops, and he's all alone, and he's just like
Shock troops. Sorry.
You, sir, get a hero point for that pun.
I don't have a pencil. I'll have to remember that.
So you see the hobgoblin who's got a shield and a sword, and he's kind of in a bad way. What do you do?
How far is he away from where I am?
20 feet. Well, moved 15. Yeah, 20 feet.
Can he see me?
No way. No way in hell. He's got no idea who anyone is anymore. He doesn't trust himself or his friends.
Right on. We're just gonna. She's gonna like look at him and like tilt her head and be like, "Aw," and We're just gonna fire. We're just gonna fire an arrow. We're just gonna do it. Ooh, I'm gonna use my hero point.
It's only 9.
That was a die face 2.
Oof.
There goes my dice on the floor. We're gonna retry this.
You have 3 rolls.
That's a 7. 24 to hit.
Just gonna check some stats here to see if that going to hit or that going to crit, because it's definitely one of those things. And 24, you said?
Yeah.
Well, the shield's not raised, so that's going to hit.
Is that a crit?
Not a crit. I thought he had like a 14 AC. He doesn't.
So close. You got me so excited.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's gonna be 6 damage.
Oh my god.
Okay, there it is. 6 damage. Hits solid. Do you have any other attacks that you can do with your ranger?
Give me a second. We're gonna try something new.
There we go.
What is this new stuff?
I'm gonna I'm going to outwit and like go, because I'm sure since where I hit him, he's like, oh, someone's over there. So she's going to go like around the camp and like avoid for that and then try again.
All right.
Or that's the wrong dice. That is 10 to hit.
Second arrow, as you move around and get a better shot, you see that it hits his armor, a really sturdy place of his chain and hide, and it bounces right off. But as manic and panicked as this hobgoblin is, he immediately kind of responds to the back shot. He's fine, but now he thinks he knows where you are when you shot him.
Oh no.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh no.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's okay. You got half sunlight on your person. Michael, you are, to my knowledge, still holding Larry and Voss. It is your turn.
Yeah, I'm kind of, oh God, what do you call that? Kind of like that piggyback with your grandparent on your back,
Aww.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually take, because I know I'm at a -4 to my rolls. Can I go double slow to be extra sure to kind of move away from the danger?
Hold on. You'll be moving, I will be generous and say 10 feet total to remove the negative.
Okay.
To remove it to a -2 as opposed to -4.
Okay. I'm going to do that and use all my actions for movement to get GTFO.
Okay. 3 times 10 is 30 feet. I will give you your full action to do that. That will put you back into allied lines as opposed to enemy territory. But that will be your turn. Kylie, I'll give this to you for free. As you shoot and you do see Larry and Voss, who looks now like carrion on the back of a carriage being let out of town, hanging off Rufus' back as he's just bobbing.
I'm not dead yet.
I'm not dead yet.
Bring out the dead.
I thought they killed you. I got better.
You will be soon.
All right. Next up, we have. Well, the orc's dead, so he doesn't get to go. Might as well cut off the goblins there too. Sidney.
Okay. I trust the fighty people to do the fighty stuff. How close is Rufa with Larry and to me at this point?
Since he kind of used his whole turn to get behind the lines, I could say he's easily 5-10 feet away behind you.
Great. I'm going to go immediately to Larry and see if he's dying. Is he dying?
Give me a medicine check.
All right. That's medicine. Oh, yeah. That's 17.
You can tell, yeah, he's dying. He is dehydrated. You can tell from
Oh man.
he's dehydrated. He probably hasn't eaten since he left, which has been at this point 3 days. And the trauma alone would be enough for broken ribs, interior bleeding, and massive bruising. Yes, Michael.
Now that Sidney's character is near mine, would it be safe for me to kind of like let him down from my back?
Your turn was a run there, so next turn you can if you want
okay.
to. I mean, you could free action drop him. You want to drop
Well,
an
I'm not
injured
gonna, yeah, I'm not gonna like sack a flower him.
Mechanically speaking, he is wounded 3, but stable.
He's
Okay.
stable. Okay, that's what I was gonna ask.
So if he actually gets like hit with a blade,
Or if someone drops him. That would be so funny though. Like, I did it! Poof!
Boom.
And now he's dead.
but victory lap, I spiked the half elf. Yes.
Respect.
I wouldn't put that past this party, to be honest.
well,
I want to really quickly say, Princess, I think this fellow is in quite a bad shape.
yeah, I can tell. So I don't need to stabilize him because he's not technically dying, but one more blow will make him dead. So I'm
He's
going
effed up.
to. He's yes, very much that.
So that's a scientific medical term.
Oh yeah, is that? Did I read that in my books back at the temple? I'm like,
Yeah,
Yes.
that's seriously effed up.
Yeah, in Afra's
PR
book of
shorthand.
in Afra's book of healing and guidance says, remember, children of the passion flower, when your people be effed up, it ain't good.
Yeah.
Please see the flowchart. Anyway.
wise words. I'm going to use one of my heals, and I'm going to use. I still have 2 actions left, so that's going to be. Yeah, I'm going to heal Larian. Can I still do that while he's on Rufa's back?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. And that's 1d10 plus 8. I love heal. All right.
Such a good spell.
It is such a good spell. So basic, but so necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And that is. Oh, yes! Oh!
Sounds
He's
good.
restored to 18 health, which is the max that I can do.
Woo!
Nice.
Yes! So, as Rufa runs up, Iluna's going to come back. She's going to kind of like warm her hands, and as he is on Rufa's back, she's going to press her hands onto his back.
Sidney, can I just say, clear?
That's what I thought Eloise was going to do earlier, except she went fry.
I did almost kill someone once by slapping them on the back because they were at like 1 HP, and I'm like, "You're gonna be okay." Slap the back, and they almost died.
I mean, if Eloise was trying to heal, that would be what happened. Yeah.
So
Just-
Eloise has zzz, fry, and Ilona has zzz, clear, and then two flowers from his back go dun, dun, and just fully erect, just 2 beautiful flowers like
Okay.
18 health.
So he's
That
like.
sound makes me kind of uncomfortable.
So first of all, Lyrian Voss is a heavy boy. Like he's got dense, sinewy muscle, but he's also got like long arms and broad, like swimmer shoulders. So he's on
We
your body.
understand. We get it. He's hot, PJ.
No, I'm not. Look, you listen, you
Oh,
son
here
of a
for
bitch. Listen.
That's your
So
one. That's your one. That's your one, PJ.
Yeah. Ilona is slightly perspirating as she's like, "Oh, body, wow."
Look, I'm so sorry. All of my NPCs that you'll be meeting, men, women, and in between, are going to be
all
gorgeous
hot.
creatures of the world. Anyway, but the point is that he's a long, awkward body, and now that he is like coming into consciousness, it's harder to hold on to him because he's kind of, kind of having that awkward panic flail that you have. You know, when you're sleeping and you have that dream where you step off a curb and it goes wrong, and your body does that kind of thing. That's what Larian Voss is doing. All like 220 pounds on your back.
My friend, if you could walk, please get off my back.
Well, it's not your turn, so moving.
Well, I'm just saying that.
So next up is Woodward. Woodward, you and Morel in the back, you're seeing all of it.
Yeah, and they haven't done it. Like Morel hasn't gone yet, right?
No, his turn will be after Leon Tari.
Okay. So I think Woodward's sitting there and with. So rounds are like 6 seconds, right?
When everyone goes,
Yeah, so
that
this is like
equivalent to-
right on top of each other. So I think it just kind of cuts to Woodward, and he's like, "Yeah, you can pretty much ferment anything if you just take." So I talked to my friend Tullamore. Oh wait, shoot, that's us. And he gets up and he runs towards whatever he heard, the big pounding of the fist coming down. And he's gonna see. I don't know if I can get there within range of like to be able to cast a spell. I do have Produce Flame goes pretty far. Can I get within like 60 feet of these guys?
Oh yeah, you're within like
Okay.
at this point, at most, you'd be within 30 feet of them.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna use. You know what? I'll hit him with Produce Flame then. And that'll be a. Yeesh. Don't know if I'm happy with that. That is a 14 to hit.
Which the Hobgoblin?
Yeah.
That will miss.
Okay. So I used one action to get there, and Produce Flame does take 2 actions, so that's my entire turn.
All right, so you run up and the fire goes.
Yep.
All right. Okay, cool. Nothing catches fire. Leon Tari is going to go, and Leon Tari keeps shouting in Orcish about following his orders. Just, Leon Tari follows orders! And he rolls to hit the Hobgoblin. He critically fails to roll to hit the Hobgoblin.
But he's so big!
Yeah! And now we have to figure out who he hits instead.
No.
1, 2, 1, 2.
It's been a fun ride, you guys.
Great.
I'm gonna go pop like a goblin.
You know who I'm happy about is Morel isn't going to get hit a second time. At least he's still back there.
This time it'll be Shionabiz.
Never underestimate a critical failure, so.
Oh,
I feel terrible because he hits Rufa, who's got a -1 to his AC because he's still fatigued.
no!
Wait,
Oh my goodness.
did Larian get a chance to get off his back?
Nope.
Not yet.
No!
Am I being hit by a rage
All
attack?
of her hard work gone.
Oh, you're being hit by this half elf being hit by a giant orc.
Yeah, but by a range attack, right?
No, by a
No.
physical attack from a fist, from a large creature.
It's an ouch sandwich. Just
Yeah. So the good news is good is relative. It's bad, whatever it is. You take hold on, I gotta make sure I'm doing this right with his stats and everything else.
comfort kitty.
Let's see here. Yeah, okay. So you take 15 damage, bludgeoning damage, as he punches you
Oh.
square in your center mass. Lyrian only takes 5. So while he's not dead, and maybe still looks a little rough around the edges, he's also not dead. Yeah.
Is Rufa dead?
I'm at 2 now.
Oh
Honestly,
dear.
I need a little help from my friends.
Yeah, well, I'm right here, buddy.
So you're holding on to Larry Voss, and you're like, "Hey, can you get off my?" And you get knocked back about 10 feet. Larian drops to the ground after the impact, and you kind of scatter off.
It's like I being like, I fight for my friends. Poof!
So, if I hadn't
regret
healed
this.
Larian, he would be dead.
Larian would be super dead at this point. I think he'd be straight at dying 4 and would be dead. Well,
Oh,
he'd be close if that wasn't the case.
well, great.
So now it's Morel's turn, and Morel sees that, and he's like, "I know how that feels, mate. You have my sympathies." And he is going to take 2 actions to run there and 1 action to raise a shield. He is effectively creating a retreat pattern behind him. So if you do need to get some distance safely, you can run to him.
Am I
Right
am I
now.
prone now?
Yes.
Okay.
You're knocked prone. You are knocked back. Unless you want to try and make an athletics check.
I would like to make athletic checks then.
Go right ahead. Go
It's
right
very
ahead.
fancy feet.
He does.
The fanciest.
Do I get that -4, or does that +4 bonus still?
Still -4.
But does
It's
it plus that +4 before? Does that?
Nope, that was for the orcs.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this is what happens when you're fatigued and all this awful stuff.
But the costume was so
Cosplay
worth
pulling
it.
together
Okay,
to-
I got a 16.
I'm gonna check his fortitude, which is gonna be stupid. Yeah, you're knocked prone, but it could be worse. You could be dead.
True.
Yeah, that gets way worse.
So this giant beast just pops you in the stomach. You fly back 10 feet. You're knocked prone. Considering that you took almost 3/4 of your health in one blow, I think it's pretty awesome that you're still alive. That's just what I think. So Morel shows up, puts up his shield. The hobgoblin goes. The hobgoblin is terrified. Good lord, who's he gonna hit? There's so many people. He's gonna hit Eloise. I'm gonna rephrase this. He's gonna try and hit Eloise.
I mean, it's not that hard.
I am small, but I'm still here.
All right. So the hobgoblin is going to roll a. Does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
Yeah,
Ow.
roll pretty high on the d20. Okay, so he's going to hit you with his long sword, and he's going to do 10 damage.
I'm not dead, but it hurts.
And with that, he's going to raise his shield and end his turn, effectively raising his AC as well.
There's so many people in pain.
Casey,
Welcome to battle.
All right.
your go.
Well, I don't like that, so I'm gonna go for the one that just hit Eloise,
Kill.
and hopefully I do something with that. Probably not. That is, well, did I need to move for it? I don't know like how close I was. I'm assuming a little bit.
The orc was pretty close to the hobgoblin, so if you want to try and move to a specific location near the hobgoblin, I'd say that would be a movement. But if you just
Okay.
want to attack him, it's not a big deal. If you you want to go behind him, move action.
Yeah, I've been going up behind people today, so let's keep that going on. I think I still missed though, because that was a 14.
Well, the funny thing about this is that because Leon Tari is directly facing him and throwing blows, technically he's flanked by you, which
Ah,
means he is flat-footed, and that means that hits.
okay.
Yes.
Get him.
And sneak attack because he's flat-footed.
Yes, 3.
Yay.
So that is a total of 10 damage.
Woohoo.
All right.
All right, and then I
Finish him.
win face because what else am I gonna do? Here we go. Well, I'm gonna roll the same thing, which is not gonna be good. So that's a 10.
10 to hit?
Yeah.
That will miss. However, he does not look good as your blade finds a nice weak part of the chainmail and a really crappy part of that padded armor. You get a nice, good, solid
Yeah,
stab.
imagine just kind of like just with the momentum, just kind of like a stab in a shell a little bit.
As you kind of shove his shoulder off your blade, you kind of see him like, ah! And he looks
That's very
confused.
nice.
He's looking confused because he's like, oh man, I got this crazy goblin. I got this giant orc. I got this stabby human. What else could go wrong in my life? Well, guess what? It's Eloise's turn.
And Eloise,
To this hobgoblin, she is a magic wielding goblin, correct?
Yeah, he's terrified.
Okay.
That's why he was like, of all the creatures around me, I'm going to hit this whatever the hell. And it starts going
that's
for
the
it.
best way to describe her. Whatever the hell this is. She's kind of like clutching where she was slashed. Because, oh, that hit really hard. And she's just going to stare straight into the hobgoblin's eyes as she raises her hand and he sees the spearhead float in front of his face and just straight into his face.
Give me that roll to hit. Yeah.
Reaction.
Woo.
You kept it.
I rolled a 19 to hit. Cool. As I go to sneak it home, I just turn to Matthias and I'm like, I'm learning. And so that's gonna
Proud
be
murder hobo is proud.
I will say the 19 because he is flat-footed. Yeah, from the flanking will hit.
Okay, cool. So then that will be 9 points of damage.
80.
9 points of damage. Sorry, I just love that Arwen just like ran right up to Casey's face and went. Ah! All right, so the spear hits, dealing the 9 points of damage, leaving this hobgoblin with -5 HP. Amy, tell me the tale.
It's just I stare straight into his eyes and I feel like he starts to feel that kind of pressure on his lungs as he just gets to watch this spear raise, like the spearhead just come up in front of his face, just straight here, turn to him, and just sink itself straight into his skull.
Ugh. And as his head whiplashes back, as it just embeds into his skull, he kind of drops his sword and his shield. He drops to his knees, and as he's about to hit the ground, you can see a quick little spasm of him clutching his throat like he's choking or drowning, and he drops to the ground.
You're like a tentacly ghost rider with your penance stare.
I imagine I can just see that a little bit of that like inky black water just dribble.
It's like, have you guys seen the episode of Doctor Who where they're on Mars and there's those aliens in the water?
Yes! I
It's
love
like
that episode.
Waters of Mars.
The waters of Mars. It's like that. As they die, there's like a little bit of like a small amount of bloating. Like the thing comes out like, but it's all like she describes, all like black and just like evil and inky.
I do love that this party is perfectly split in half. There's Shonibus, Matthias, and Eloise, and then there's Rufa, Lona, and Woodwort. There's some really creepy stuff happening on one half of the circle, and the other are just kind of oblivious and along for the ride.
It's two extremes.
Yeah,
we're
There's
pretty much trying
no
to just
in between.
EPFO.
yeah.
All right. So I love it. And there's Morel the whole time, like, I got the back line. Afra's flower. That's something else. Anyway, so with that, combat is over as all the people have been murder killed. Still trying to follow his orders to a T, Leon Tari is spending a lot of time shouting Leon Tari's orders being followed while he's punching the dead orcs and goblins and hobgoblin. And eventually, once he realizes their pace, he stops, looks up into the sky, and goes, Leon Tari has followed orders, awaiting next command.
I'm getting like Lenny from Mice and Men vibes.
Oh no!
Leon Tari, hug that rabbit. I am hugging it.
That's so dark.
I'm not condoning rabbit killing. I'm not condoning that.
Rabbit.
Oh no!
I mean, am I wrong or am I wrong?
I feel like we broke Ian already.
Yes, you never stop to ask if you should.
So the combat is over. You have Rufa, who is about 10 feet away from where he was standing before, with a Leon Tari-sized dimple in his diaphragm. You have Larian Voss, who's on the ground, like someone, I don't know, misplaced their ragdoll, and he's just kind of lying there. Leon Tari has now realized his orders are complete and just kind of now is just chilling, waiting for his next orders. And Morel has shouldered his shield and just kind of, with his giant gauntleted hand, just... And the battle you walk away from is a successful battle.
I'm on the ground. My arm just go up. What the hell?
I got you, man.
I just walk over as I bleed.
Cool. Great. Everyone gather around. We're gonna have a little healing circle.
Well,
One of us is going to sprint, and I mean full-blown sprint to Larian, and just like cradle.
Aw.
Oh.
Oh my god, my friend!
Wow.
Just friends.
And you're giving him the axe as well. You're giving him Halfson.
Yep. Or I'm at least gonna place it next to him.
His
It's like next to us.
while you're cradling, I'm imagining like his head and shoulders.
Knees and toes.
Knees and toes.
Yes.
I was thinking the shampoo, but that's not a corporate entity, so we'll go with that one instead. So you're basically lifting his upper torso into your lap, that kind of cradle.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Once you do that, his first instinct, he grabs his axe and he clutches it to his chest. You hear him in Elvish. He says to you with this breathy, weak, very weak voice. He says, "Water." And he keeps asking for water. That being said, I'm imagining Sidney's doing the heal thing.
Oh, sure am. Yes, sir. So
Oh shoot, Beth, is that you?
you know. Surprise appearance, just kidding. Alona has multiple personalities. Beth is Woodward's sister. Canon. Making it happen. Anyway, so great thing about heal is that if you can use 3 actions to create a 30-foot emanation. So that would heal anyone in a 30-foot radius of me. So now that everyone is surrounding, I can roll my d10 and see how much health that you all get. So I'm gonna do that.
Mm-hmm. Spell's amazing. It's like a channel positive energy and a cure light wound all in one.
It's
So I'm gonna
beautiful.
take my scarf off and about to like wrap it around Eloise's wounds when I'm sure at that point it's all better.
Yes. So as we all kind of, like a fairy circle where like there's just a circle of rocks everywhere. Well, just imagine a circle of flowers within a 30-foot radius. And then in the middle of that, imagine purple and yellow light just going up into the sky. Yeah.
Healing bee.
So this giant gold and purple light just kind of like twinkles and rises to the sky as you're sitting within it and you feel refreshed. Give me that lovely heal stuff.
That is 6 points. That is 6 points of health to every
Nice.
poison. Yeah.
Nice. Well, everyone
Quick
is
scarf
healed
there.
6 HP.
Yes. I hope that does something.
Well, it's better than where I was.
Yep. Same.
That is true. That is true.
Besides, who knows? I think that means that the scarf might still be effective for Eloise's wounds. Or what's left of him anyway, yeah.
Also, like, look, do you still need this? Please.
I take it and just use it to go around and give myself a hood instead.
You're just.
Whatever makes you feel better. That's the important thing, I suppose.
Yes.
Just.
Oh, you're so cute.
I'm now wondering if Eloise is ever going to take the cosplay off, or this is just Eloise for the rest of the show.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, to be fair, the reason the cosplay is not for this camp, but for the next camp.
That's,
So,
that is so true.
not yet.
Oh my god.
I just have a scarf hood over my giant leopard print hat and my goblin costume.
Just waddling
I love-
around.
I am
Coolest
the queen of
goblin ever.
fashion.
High fashion. High fashion.
Cover girl. Put the face in your
Face in
walk.
your walk.
Yes.
I think it's pronounced Cover Goblin.
Goblin.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Mabel Green.
Yeah.
Guys, can we have goblin drag? Can we have goblin drag?
I think that's
100% down.
yeah. As long as goblins are okay. But here's the thing. I feel like it's going to end up looking like that one gremlin from Gremlin 2 with like the Jessica Rabbit gremlin. You know what I mean?
I mean,
That's kinda
I
all
do
it
have a bag of ears. So, like a bag of like halfling and goblin and elf ears. So,
Look, you got to have a hobby.
I mean, if you give me enough time, Rufa could, make fabulous outfits for everybody.
Out of ears!
Yeah!
What's the sound of fashion? The sound of fashion? Rufa.
Darren.
So, that being stated, what we're going to do really fast is we're going to go on a quick 10-minute break.
Oh,
we're going
nuts.
to come back. I know, but it's such a good time to do it, too. We got to take our 10. So, we're going to go on a 10-minute break. We're going to be back at 9:45. We'll see you all then. We'll continue episode 6 of Edge of Legends. See you in 10 minutes. Hey, great to see you back, and thank you for giving us our 10 minutes. Having coffee and water and all the fun liquids makes you need to not have them in your side anymore. So, moving from there, where last we left, I know, I'm a wordsmith, what can I say? Moving from there, where last we left these here 10 minutes ago, Larry and Voss laid in the arms of Shionibus, clutching Halfson, his axe, and asking for water. Rufa is no longer nearly as dead as he might have been before. Matthias is helping Eloise with some wounds by giving her his scarf and water. Good old water. And everyone is hanging out in this little, not quite a cuddle puddle, I guess a heel huddle? Let's call it a heel huddle.
I was going to say hippie huddle.
It's a heel huddle. It's a heel
Let's
huddle.
write that down for PJ's saying.
Yeah.
yes.
Another PJism.
All right, I'm making a note of that too. Heel huddle.
I put this.
I already got that orc is going to get forked, so.
Not knifed. He's gonna get that orc is gonna get forked.
Mm-hmm.
If I ever do their show, I'm gonna just be spouting these one-liners like a moron. So, that being said, like I'm just gonna be like a paladin, like that orc is gonna get forked. Not the point. Point is, and now we open our scene in the heel huddle with the group. Larry and Voss is continuing to weakly, breathy, kind of beg for water. Yeah, everyone else, you have an empty, extremely empty now, camp. Orc camp.
Does anyone have a full water skin we can offer Larian?
Please.
I have wine.
I mean, I have some in my snacks. You can have it, I guess.
Well, technically, isn't in the Middle Ages they mix wine with water as a heal-all?
That's true.
No one hears Jesus.
Woodward,
Yeah.
you would promote a little wine and water as
Can we
Little
melt
cure-all.
your ice, Woodward? Can we melt your ice?
I got a 25 survival check to find this guy water.
Okay,
Bless
all
you,
right.
sir.
So you are able to eventually find, it does take some time, but you are able to eventually find a natural running river or stream, a very small stream. You could probably get some water from the stream in like a container and give it back to Larry and Voss. Doing so, if this is what you wish to do with it, just to clarify, you are going to give it to Larry and Voss right away?
Yes, totally.
So as he
I'm
gets
running
it,
up to him, and I'm going to have one container, and I say, "Now hold on, buddy. I got something a little stronger after this, but take this slow." And he hands him a cup of water.
and so in Elvish, he is clutching his axe, and he's just saying, both. He grabs the water in the skin. He looks like he's about to drink it, and then just starts pouring it all over his body as much as he can. And then he drops it, and then he reaches for the alcohol. You're giving him some.
Oh, yeah. Attaboy!
He takes the. He
Hands
takes
him
the,
another flask.
He takes your hooch. He takes a nip, and you can see his eyes roll back in his head like it's the most heavenly nip he's ever had. This, and then it starts pouring the rest on his body. Michael.
Can I use treat wounds on myself?
Oh yeah, go right ahead. Absolutely.
Okay.
Upon seeing this,
Mhm.
Ilona is going to look at the axe that's right next to him, and she's going to see if she can cast heal on the axe.
Interesting.
Can I do that?
Go right ahead.
Okay, cool. I'm going to cast heal on the axe, which is just 1d10. So let me.
Just 1d10. Everybody else gets a d8, but just a d8.
I tell you, man, some of those cleric feats are bomb diggity.
That is 5 points of health. So she's going to sort of
Okay.
look at the axe, and it's kind of, you said it's got burn wounds on it.
Mhm.
And she's going to see if she can just kind of gently like restore some form of burn gel, magical burn gel to the axe.
All right. Really
Lidocaine.
fast. Good old Lidocaine powder. Really fast, Sidney. Roll for
Yes.
me a religion check.
Okay. That is a 21.
As you place your hands on the axe and begin to heal it, you start to get this feeling in your head. You start to smell the heavy salt, the heavy moisture of the sea. It's a rainy day suddenly in your mind, and you can hear the rushing of the water, and you see what looks like a deity standing in the water, holding a sea creature in one hand and this amazing blade in the other. And they look at you sadly. And you recognize this deity. This is Haf, the deity of the oceans, the sea, safe travels, and sea life. And you can see off in the distance on this green island their lover, their partner, Nadair, the deity of nature. And they both look at you pained and concerned, but it's not you they're looking at as you're pulling the hand away from the axe. And as you look back at Larry and Voss on the axe, you see the axe seems to kind of, if steel and wood could relax, it looks relaxed just a little. Larry and Voss, though, is still with this husky breath, like begging for water. He speaks in Elvish. Kylie, you recognize that he's suddenly changing his conjugation of the word water. He's no longer saying water, he's now saying body of water. The sea.
Crap. Okay.
Damn! Alright.
Do you
Look
like
it
a
up.
beached fish or something? He's just like a beached whale?
Do you say that in character?
Yeah.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of that stuff happen. You know? Things wash up. They need to go back.
I'm going to ask Shionibus, when you were with him in your travels, was he ever far away from the ocean for very long?
No. We traveled by boat everywhere. Stay a couple days in location, then move on.
Hey, PJ.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be a religion check or a perception check. Can I check if he's a demigod?
Yeah, religion check. Go right ahead.
Great.
And I'll answer because Larry Voss does respond to you, Eloise.
Oh.
But after this.
I just want to make sure that we're all aware of the fanfare we have going here. The super hot half elf always has to be covered in water. Well, you know, this is written into the story as is. So we can all enjoy it. I think we should acknowledge it.
But the rules.
Kind of like that Prince song.
Yeah, but the rules as written states, and I quote: "When Larry and Voss is wet, everything's in slow motion."
Great, good.
Right
Good,
there.
good.
Hair flip from the water, like Ariel.
Hold it.
Oh, here we go.
Yes. Sidney.
Yeah. So, Sidney, what was that religion check?
That was 22.
Awesome. As you're looking at him, you realize no, he's not a demigod or an avatar. If he was a demigod or an avatar, he would certainly not be struggling against a bunch of orcs.
That's fair.
But what you start to kind of piece together by looking at, remember I mentioned in episode 1, way back when, and for those of you that haven't seen episode 1, please go to our YouTube page. You see that he's covered in runic tattoos, blue runic tattoos all over his body. Across his face, you can see it coming down his arms, even like the iron collar of the two serpent heads that meet in the center. You can see a bunch of runes. In fact, as you're looking at his tattered red tunic, you see torso, legs everywhere. He is covered in blue runes. And you start to kind of figure that this guy, something about the sea has a very powerful effect on his body. You can't quite tell what the relationship is, but he's got a very powerful attunement to the sea itself. And of course, his axe Halfson. Yes, Rufa.
Let you know that I got a 17 on that treat wounds roll.
All right, that should be able to heal yourself. I think about a d6 plus wisdom modifier.
I have a +5 modifier, but also minus 4.
So I'll give you a +1 on that. Oh, yeah.
So, just wondering if that succeeds on my treat wounds.
I mean, you're tired, you're exhausted, and you're trying to do, very small field work. So I'll say it still takes an effect, but still a positive number. So go ahead and roll that dice and heal yourself. I trust you.
Cool.
Amy, Larian Voss turns to you. You can see the woad that was kind of on his face in episode 1, the one that was almost like sweat off completely. You see the only woad that's left, the dried woad, right here around the eyes. You see the runes. There's a slight twinkle in his skin because of it. And you ask if he's a beached whale. And he looks to you and he says, "If I'm ever beached, throw me back to sea or kill me. I like you."
Oh, I think he just asked to be taken back to the ocean or to be stabbed.
I can help with one of those things.
No.
Stabby boy, ear to stab.
Yeah, the Matheus is like, "Swiggity swabby, let's get stabby." Ha ha.
Adding it to the list, great.
Damn it.
Hey, Shonabis, why don't you get your, what the goblins call him? Tall, big, tall, green fella, your new friend, orc friend. Get him to carry him.
Yeah.
Take it back real quick.
Is there like a basket or anything near around the camp that we could use?
So
Well,
I was thinking of bashing a basket and like tying it to the back of the orc and then putting him in the basket.
Like a baby carrier.
Yeah, like a papoose.
or groceries.
A papoose.
Or a papoose. An elvish papoose.
She's gonna call Leontari over. Can she see him? I mean, who can't see him? He's 12 feet tall.
He's 12 feet tall in the forest, not doing anything. So yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna call him over, and like help Boss up at the same time to just at least try to get him standing.
Sure. So you're getting Larian Voss to his legs, right? And you're moving him over to Leontari.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Larian Voss is now being dragged over to Leontari. It does look like we have double the Amy, double the Eloise.
There you go.
There we go. So you bring him over to Leontari. Leontari is still not even paying attention, just looking in the sky, waiting orders.
New orders. Carry him. We're searching for water. And quickly.
He looks down at Larian Voss, looks up to you, cranes his neck up, and he says, target is needed. Which body of water? We are currently surrounded by a large body to northeast, northwest. And if I approximately move a half day's journey, I can probably get his body to a river southwest. But it's pretty clear from his shot put gesture that getting him to water doesn't sound like it's going to be gentle.
Ugh.
PJ,
Mm-hmm.
is there like I said before? Is there like a large basket or something like that we could tie on to the big orc?
No. Like I said before, this camp has got very scant supplies around.
Not even a barrel or anything.
Is there
Nope.
a tent?
There is a makeshift lean-to that was probably the bed for the orc. Or the shelter.
Can we use that as a papoose?
Is a papoose. A tent papoose. Was that a cat?
Yes, it
The
was.
tent would be fit like a full adult elven body if you use it as a tie it as a papoose.
Well, it's up to you. If you guys want to take the lean-to and try to fashion that, I will...
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
How do I need to
Baby
roll
Bjorn.
survival check? What do I need to roll to make this happen? I don't care what it is. It's happening.
So we're gonna put a
Baby
Viking. We're gonna put a Viking half elf into a baby born. Okay. Let me look over my little cheat sheet here of all the skills and what they could be done. Oh, you know what? Give me a crafting check, intelligence based, as you're going to be literally taking this and jury rigging it into something different.
I want to aid Ian.
Yes,
Okay.
can we aid Ian? Let's aid Ian.
Everyone that wants to, yeah, go right ahead. Maximum bonus +4. So if you don't get it, maybe someone else will pick up the.
Oh,
Do I get a -4 still on this?
Yes, but what's that? What's that, Ian?
I got an 18.
Okay, not bad. Let's
Yeah.
get some other bonuses on that.
20.
Is that a crit?
No.
Yeah, I got crit 20.
Wait, what?
I crit 20.
Ooh.
Is that
All
4?
right.
Are we at 4 now or 5?
You're at. We only got one roll. Sydney, what was your total?
My total was
Crits?
20.
I
I
think
did not nat 20.
Oh,
I wish I
right.
did.
I
Crits
think it's the
picking.
fourth 20.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
4.
That's
Okay, we got 2
incredible,
more to go, guys.
Okay,
I
so
crit 20'd.
nice. That's definitely part of today's.
Bam, bam,
total. And Sydney, your roll was what was it again? 20.
I did get a 20.
Okay. Casey, are you working on the
Nope.
baby Bjorn? That's totally all right. Kylie, are you working on the baby Bjorn?
Nope.
Also good. Amy, are you working on the baby Bjorn?
I'm just looking at them like, the heck is that?
I read about this in my book. A baby goes in here.
I don't think
That's how we get a baby in where I come from.
that's where babies come from.
No, that's how we carry babies.
Mm.
So with all the bonuses to Ian's 18, this gives us a grand spanking total of 21 on the craft check.
Woo.
Oh.
Now the question is, and you have to answer this now, and you can't change it. I don't care how logical it would be to change it later. No. We're committing to a choice. Front or back?
I'm voting front.
I definitely want it in the front. Yeah,
Front.
no, it's definitely front.
And it's gonna have stitching with all our initials on it.
Can someone please draw this, please?
I think someone in chat wants to draw this. It has the stitching is gonna be Woodward, Sydney's character, and my character's initials.
Can we use the rest of the tent to make one of those little shades? You know, like the hiking backpacks with them, little shade that pops up over the top.
So here's what your 21 gives you. You chose front, and as to we're committing, it's never changing.
Yeah.
So you take this like long-armed, broad-shouldered Vikings thing, and you
Okay.
put him. I mean, I'm sure someone out there is going to find him hot, but you put him in this so lean-to and all the materials make this kind of strap around the front, like a sash in the front of Leontari, and it rests a full-grown halfling male right up to his chest, and
With our
there's
initials stitched in there.
And then all you see is this arm kind of draping over the edge of the sash, and Leontari is just standing there proud with this man kind of swaddled to his chest like a baby. And Leontari is just like, Leontari awaiting orders.
He's Frank and Daddy.
And Leontari is just, and you hear, Shobus, you hear in Elven, you're lucky you owe me a boat.
I was hoping you'd forget about that. In Elvish, of course.
Very progressive in my country.
You all can kind of hear this very low, enthusiastic, low energy growl as Larian's in this like sling nursing thing, and he's just like, ugh.
I want I think Woodward throws up another like container of hooch because I'll figure he has another one on him.
Aww. That's so nice.
It's your pause made it just sound like Woodward throws up.
Did anyone else see Casey do a baby bottle?
I've created.
Does anybody remember that anime Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yes.
One second, Michael. What was that, Ian?
Oh, I said I've created something so cute I can't help it. Woodward just pukes.
Like in Gravity Falls, the gnome.
I was just gonna say like Mom's nature.
Not like rainbows.
Let's say rainbows is like hooch and trees.
Yeah. Moss.
Right. Oh man. So Larian Voss is now in this makeshift chest sling attached to a 12-foot orc. All you can see is one arm dangling out, covered in the runes and his vambraces. His axe Hafsen is still clutched to his chest. What do you guys do? You have a campsite full of dead bodies. Now it's missing a lean-to tent and a very out of commission Viking.
I want to look to Shionobus and say, so he just gets to get away with no questioning, nothing of the sort.
I don't think this is the time to question anyone. So, first things first, water. Questioning will come later.
So we're not going.
Let us make the child feel at home.
Where was the closest body of water? Or does it have to be a specific body of water?
Salt.
No, nothing specific, but salt water seems to do the trick. And judging by Leontari's pointing, the closest body of water, like the sea that he mentioned, would be the docks by Cobbledale.
Chonibus has seen them from very far up.
You fail.
And saw them drastically meet her. Yeah.
They came so fast.
Aren't we supposed to go to the headquarters?
I think that's what we're trying to find out. So we have two choices to make, I suppose. We either abandon our mission completely and completely heal Larian Voss in the waters to hopefully interrogate him about whatever happened and how he got where he is, or we string him along hoping he'll stay alive long enough for us to finish at the quarry.
Interrogation is a strong word.
What would you call it? I have questions.
Certainly. But questions is different than interrogation. Interrogation sounds like he's done something wrong. This man has done nothing.
Has he? Is this...
As far as you know.
Larian Voss, is he worth taking all the way to the sea? Is he truly worth it?
To me, yes.
Oh no.
But for the lives of everybody back in the village and everybody who will be affected by this upcoming attack, is he worth that?
She's gonna lean against a tree and just like rub her temples, like just try to think, and I don't know. He's a valuable source. We can't just hope that he stays alive as we continue to travel.
Well, hold on. If he's going to go to Cobbledale, I can vouch for him. Maybe I can meet up with Zoshmaru if I, hitch a ride with our good friend here. And you all can head to the HQ. I bet you we can make it back a hell of a lot faster if I got his legs under me than my own.
Is that something you're willing to do, Woodward, to go off on your own to make sure he's okay?
Oh, I'm not by myself. I got this guy, as he points to the giant orc. And then he goes, I'm never by myself. I got Mush, too.
Yes, Michael.
Just curious, from when we left the node and Zoshmaru supposed to be returning to that campsite, what's the time frame on that?
Glad you asked. So doing the math in your head, you're realizing that you told them to meet you back there in 2 days' time. It's about half a day to go to the Orc camp, half a day back to the original camp, and about a day's journey to this location. So you're technically at the 2-day rendezvous.
Perhaps we return back to original campsite for Zatsunu, and have Zatsunu bring, or some of the dogs to bring back Elf and Orc.
I mean,
Thing.
shouldn't the orc go with us?
Well, maybe I didn't have the dogs just bring back this fellow here.
Is Shionobus gonna let him go away?
Not without her.
Sometimes we cannot have all we want in life. Sometimes we must make difficult decisions for greater good.
Greater good. I am your wife.
I'm the greatest good you ever gonna get. Shionobus, really, by the way, before I give the suggestion, Casey, you were about to say something.
Fine. If it's that important to you, we will get your friend his bloody bathwater.
It sounds like a couple's quarrel to me.
Shionobus, give me a survival check or a nature check really fast.
And her ex just came back in town.
I wouldn't call
Working
That's a strong word.
It's a working relationship.
Work husband, work wife.
I feel like they would have been divorced a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
That's a 10.
You remember Woodward went off and found a nice little stream. It's not quite salt water, but it seemed to do the trick, at least enough to make him in better spirits.
We make salt with the water to make salt water.
We have salt?
I have cooking stuff.
He would have cooking salt.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a stream. It moves. That salt's not going to stay there.
No, I mean like put it in like a bowl and like dump it over his head or something.
Give him a little bird bath.
You need a lot of water, though.
Then we do that multiple times.
I love the bird bath idea. I'm just seeing Larry and like this little adorable bird just like spitting water.
I mean, he has no dignity already. He's kind of already in the papoose, carrying around by orc.
Just put the salt on him, and then we put the water on top. So we make sure that he gets all the salt he needs.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Put the salt on your skin or you get the hose again.
I see your half elf is getting dry and boring. Let me just spice that half elf up for you.
I love you guys so much. Okay, you want to do an alternative? We take him to the river and see what happens?
Yeah. Woodward, how far away was that water? You came back fairly quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too far. I didn't think about sticking him in it. I was thinking it was pretty good mountain water for a still, but either way, we can take him there. How far was it, PJ?
Not very long, at most, maybe a 30-minute walk off site.
Oh, well, shoot, this big guy can cover it in 15, maybe?
Oh, yeah, easily.
I'm just imagining when they get...
Go ahead, Sidney.
No, when they get to the river, Leontare just taking him out of the papoose and just dunking him in the water. Just dip.
Just baptize in the ocean.
Baptize the baby.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Purify him in the waters of lake.
Yes.
So, what is the plan? Are we dropping off Larry and Voss at the local stream?
Apparently.
And pouring some salt on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You were gonna
So,
say something,
Oh yeah, who's saying something?
Kylie.
Kylie?
Yeah.
Must not have been important because I can't remember.
Okay. Well, either way, Leontari has a full Larian Voss baby swaddle going on and is just staring like, Unit Leontari awaiting orders.
Dunk
I
the
love this
boy in the
image.
stream.
Gently.
Come on, friend, let's go.
And sprinkle some salt on him.
Towards the stream.
Head towards the nearest stream. We're right behind you.
So he does this like really abrupt about face. You see like Larian kind of like shaking on his torso, and he just says target acquired, and he starts walking off to the stream. He is now standing like both feet right in stream, just saying Unit Leontari has acquired stream.
Dunk
I-
him. Dunk
I do
him,
really
dunk him.
appreciate this unit's like confidence. He thinks he's acquired this river by standing in it. It is his river now.
I mean, who's gonna fight him on it?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I was like, who's gonna fight a 12-foot orc?
Rufa, what's up?
I'm gonna take like a cooking pot or something, fill it with water, put some salt in it, and in my best Prince impression, purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Like Minnetonka. So you just dunk some salt water on him.
Yeah, that's been mixed with salt already.
So as Larian Voss is lying there, the water hits him, and he's like, "Thank you." He's clearly upset at you, but also he's thankful that you're trying, and that's Larian's not a man of grace or subtlety.
So I'm guessing it's not working.
I mean, it's helping. This is how to best describe it. Okay, movie reference time.
Flash.
I was thinking Ninja Turtles 1, Leo just got the crap knocked out of him, and he's in the tub.
Oh, you mean Raph?
No, Leo, when they fight the Shredder the first time, and he gets the crap knocked out of him, and he's in the bathtub. That was Leo in the bathtub, wasn't it?
That was Raph.
Maybe it was Raph. I should say it's been a long time since I've seen
Yeah,
the movie,
yeah.
so maybe I get my colors.
Okay, one of the turtles had his butt kicked and was in the tub.
One of those two definitely, because everyone was
Yeah.
like,
Always
anyway,
those two.
those are my personally, their relationships are my favorite relationships. I'm a huge Raph fan, but that's not the point.
Same.
Point is, no one has given Leontari a command to actually put him in the river, so he's just staring at this wet half elf in his papusa.
Dunk him.
Is there a van by the
Dunk him,
river?
Dunk him.
Shoot, we need more salt. Makius, hop in the creek.
Ouch.
You have Ray of Frost, right? Because I think that burned a little.
Oh.
I will step on you, sir.
Oh
Like
god.
you did the spear?
Crying. Oh my god.
So I'm going to assume at some point in time, Shionibus gives Leontari the command to put this guy in the water. What's the words that you use to tell him? Because that's how he's going to do it.
Identify himself in the lakes.
Yeah. Gently. And she's gonna look at him and go, gently. Place him in the water. Gently.
Leontari has acquired target. He grabs the body, kind of pops the papoose off his body. He's holding him like a giant hot dog. He slowly puts him in the water, waits for his hands to completely be submerged, and then gently moves the hand back. You see Larian Voss in the water. The water is basically kind of covering up his nose and mouth, but you can see as you lay him in with the salt in the water, the runes on his skin begin to twinkle and glow a little brighter. He still looks like 3 miles of hammered dog shit, but at least you can tell something is happening here. As he's just laying in the water, almost completely like almost like his nose and mouth. His nose is barely making it. His mouth is completely submerged, but he seems fine as he's clutching hold of this axe, and he's just kind of laying there in the pupusa underwater.
The papoose is wet.
Gonna need more salt soon.
He kind of like weakly grabs you, and in common he says, "I'm not a jerky. I'm fine."
There, Jonas. Are you satisfied now?
Yeah, thank you.
You know, maybe if we just let him go, he'll just drift all the way to the ocean and he'll be fine.
Not just yet. We still have some questions.
That's what we did with goldfishes back in my home country.
Oh no.
So
All right.
yeah, what's up, guys? Lyrian Voss looks like he is okay in the stream, mostly submerged, not entirely submerged, but he's still having an okay time.
Alona's
Does he look better or worse?
He looks like he's getting better,
okay.
but since it's not the sea, you can tell this is going to take some time.
Okay. Alona is going to address Matthias and say, "You clearly have some pressing questions you want to ask this gentleman. And since we all seem to have just decided to stay here for a little while before proceeding to the next camp, how about you run your questions by us so we're on the same page of what we're asking him?"
These are questions for Larry and Voss, correct?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm going to walk past her, take a knee, look into the water, and say, "I have some questions for you, Your Highness."
He looks to you, and he says, "Don't call me that. I'm just a sea wolf. What can I do to help you?"
So,
And he scowls because his face never smiles.
it seems that you have Shiona's here roped into something, and it seems you don't need a boat or a ship. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Why?
Because my people and I make a living housing off boats. When we lose a boat, we lose a house, we lose work.
Very well. Does your house accept ferries from one place to another?
You see him kind of look off to the stream, and he looks back. Are you saying a job, or are you giving me a boat?
Quite possibly both. I have no need of a boat once I am where I need to be. It seems you are in need of one. It seems that Shona and I thus far have had crossing interests, and one of those interests is providing you with this boat. Now, I am inclined to help you get one, since I am in need of one as well. But I do need to know what you were doing with those orcs and those goblins.
Easy. I left town because I was getting angry. I walked a long way, found a lot of orcs. My axe and I, we made less orcs. And then they threw fire at me. They came on me with force. I am only one man, and quickly I was overpowered. They tied me into the tree. Going on 3-4 days now. When they saw that my wounds would not stay, and my rage would not suffice, they beat me. They cut me. They laughed. They called me Practice. I don't care. I've been tied to the mast of a boat as it went through sea. This was child's play. I am thankful for you finding me. I don't know if I ever would have died, but I would have been in extreme pain until I did. So thank you.
Thank her.
He slowly points to the person Matthias kind of head nods to, and he goes, thank you.
That's what friends do, isn't it?
You see his hand kind of like weakly dismissed, and he goes, we're like work relatives at best. And then he points to Matthias and he says, you, boat, small, medium, large, Shio's, large boat, sunk it.
It wasn't that large.
Just kind of side head turns. So this is you're doing. You know, it doesn't matter. You're alive, thanks to us, thanks to her. We will get you a boat, and you will take me where I need to go.
He looks at you, his head kind of moves underwater. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you have more?
Simple arrangement.
His head moves underwater, and he's looking at you through the stream, and he says, depends on where you want to go, what you want to find. I owe you much. I can take you anywhere but home.
I wasn't able to go there, so that need not consider. Well, seems we're at a bit of an impasse. We do have a headquarters that needs meeting. We have a certain dog that needs meeting. And your friend here needs a boat. It seems we are being pulled in every which direction we could possibly be pulled.
His hand again weakly kind of splashes the water, and he splashes it, and he goes, the sea takes us everywhere. Only the sea knows where you'll go. And in Elvish, you hear this really haunting nursery rhyme that they used to sing to elven children. It's very, very haunting. And what's weird about it is that it doesn't sound happy. Shionibus, you didn't have this growing up in the Nubia citadel of your home. This is clearly a dialect of the elves from the far north. And you can hear him kind of... It's a song kind of pursing through the dialect. It's a song about obeying the wisdom of your elders, showing respect to the tree, and then bury me deep at the bottom of the sea. Michael.
As a person who is part of the music performing world, would I be familiar with this song? Because I also know Elven too.
You know Elven?
Yeah.
I will say you can figure out the words, but you probably wouldn't know this lullaby. But yeah.
Also, is this a short rest?
Yeah, you've been resting for at least 30 minutes, an hour at this point. I'll give you guys a short rest. Do you have any other questions for Larry and Voss? He seems to be very okay with giving you a boat. He wants to make sure he's going to pay you back. He's giving you this tete-a-tete. A deal's a deal. Like, if you're giving me a boat, I'm going to take you somewhere. You saved my life. You're repaying her debt to me. So now it means I owe you one ticket to wherever you want to go except home. He says it in common, so there's really no odd conjugation that you can figure out unless you use a perception check.
Oh yeah, you owe me something. The bottle of hooch you just poured all over your body. I don't care where it comes from, but it's empty now, and I need it refilled.
He's
I
clutching
can
his
use more seasoning.
He's clutching his axe, and he says, "I never asked for your salt. I owe you a drink."
I'll take it.
And I have but one question to ask of you.
Go ahead.
I will not make the same mistake twice. Now, where, and I kind of side glance showing this a little bit, where can we get you this boat?
You see him muddling to himself while he's at least 3 to 6 inches underwater, and he's just like, and he has this moment of this horrible sigh, and he goes, "Having been here before, few days' journey south of here, probably past where you want to go. The capital city, Adelphon Primus, capital of Adelphon. It's the largest city in the continent. Wouldn't be hard to find a dock. You go there, you find me a boat. But I will make you one counter offer. I don't care how good a shape I'm in. I don't care how much I want to kill anything in sight. I don't care what you want to do with me. Don't take me to that capital. Because I will kill a senator."
I care not for senators or politics. Do what you must. Perhaps if he's quite the shite, maybe I'll even help you. Seems that we need to go that way. So I am sorry. And yet I am not.
He definitely weakly just kind of like makes a waving gesture. He goes, "Two of us."
Well,
He seems to like you.
Well, great. You guys have a thing to do. That's cool. Are we still going to go to this orc camp?
Leon Tari is standing in the water going, "Leon Tari requires targets."
I mean, we kind of have to.
We don't have to do anything. But yes, I agree. We should. We are morally obligated to help the people of Cobbledale because we said we would help the people of Cobbledale.
And
True,
I made
and
a
a deal
promise
is
to
a
that
deal.
guy.
A deal is a deal. Do not welsh on a deal. It's only proper.
You guys don't have to go. I will take the big guy and go myself.
Well,
If you guys just want to give up and go do whatever it is that you guys want to do now that you've gotten your new friend, then go do it. But I gave myself a mission, and I'm going to finish my mission, whether or not you guys decide that you want to abandon it or see it through.
I'm with little one.
Yeah, well, hold on, Eloise. I mean, I got no interest in a bigger city. I thought Cobbledale was quite big enough. So, I'll stick with you.
I think it's only right that we finish what we started before we start something else. If you guys even want us to come along for that, which I'm sure we'll get to later.
I did make you a promise.
Did.
Seems I
Yeah,
have
sure.
several promises. But it seems to be relatively along the way. So, yes. I will join you, and I will keep my promise to you.
Good. Because I didn't dress up like a goblin for nothing.
I did not make that outfit for nothing.
I hold my hand out to Matthias to shake it. And then I take it away and put it on my chest. Like this. Like he did. And then
I give
turn
a,
away and go.
I give a nod. Well,
Actually, little one, if you do not mind, come here. I need to check if there's any tears or damage done to outfit.
I think it's mostly just blood.
Well, just in case.
Adds character. What is?
All
I'm just
right.
gonna check and see. Can I roll craft or anything like that?
Do you want to see if there is a damaged part of it, or
If
do you
there's
want to
any
roll?
damage, I want to repair it.
Okay. No, I'll give it to you. She was, after all, hit with a long sword.
Yeah.
So you do see there is a nice little broken patch of the outfit. It's not like a giant gash, but it's like a little hole somewhere around her midsection. You'll probably fix that pretty quickly.
Okay. Since you let me roll perform to make it, can I roll perform also to fix it?
Yeah, go right ahead.
and I will look to Eloise and say, you know, I must thank you. In my desires, I have fallen away from myself, and you have reminded me of the path. So, I thank you.
Thanks for showing me how to stick pointy things in other things.
That was a nice spear you've got there.
Thanks. Ow! I say as I get poked with a pin.
Roll a 20.
It does repair
20.
the damage, and it does maintain the disguise of 33.
Do not scrum so much. Do not scrum so much.
So what I'll say is that, and this actually brings up a very good point, the damage is fallible. I'm sorry, the disguise is fallible, which means that if you take too much damage, the disguise will tear. If you make too many movements, like let's say you take more than one action to move, that will run the risk of breaking one of the stitches. Still disguise 33, but if you do 2 or 3 actions to move, you'll run the risk of popping a stitch. If you take a lot of damage to your HP, the disguise will reflect that.
Okay.
But until now, it's still kick-ass disguise. For now, it's still kick-ass disguise. All right, so let me get my crudely drawn map. Also, by the way, the orc camp is not that far
behind
you with all the dead bodies.
Which one?
The one you guys are at. You're at camp number 2. Camp
Are you talking about the orc camp we just came from?
Yes. The Orc Camp
Okay.
just came from Orc Camp 2. It's about 30 minutes away. Now, so Orc Camp 2, you're probably about here. I'm going to actually put this in the camera. So you're probably about here. If you travel through the rough terrain, headquarters is just there. If you want to go back to the main road, doubling back may take more time, but it might be easier than the rough terrain. The question is, do you want to run the risk of getting lost, getting hurt, or do you want to get on the road and make it nice and easy? Also, food for thought. Day 2 is arriving, and what pack of dogs is coming for Camp 1?
Mhm.
So, the choice is yours.
Oh,
We do.
man.
I think
I mean,
So
we
much
left him a note that said that we were going to the one thing, but then we took it away and then said that we were going to this other thing, so he at least knows where we're going.
yeah, but that other place that he knows where we were going is here, where we're standing now. And I think it may be worthwhile if it's almost 2 days out now for us to come back with, a pack of dogs at our heels coming up to the HQ, instead of me leaving another note and another blank piece of paper from Rufa.
Then,
I
I
definitely
mean, we
do
could
think having
rest.
Was that
I
Amy?
think having more would
Oh.
cause for better reinforcements, given that this is HQ, which probably means there's going to be more orcs, more goblins, more hobgoblins.
And we could
And I'll
leave a
be
couple
like-
of those dogs looking after Larry, and if he's not ready to get up and fight.
And we have
more
the
reinforcements.
Guard crew coming.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, his own crew could take care of him, so I think we may want to rest up here. Wait to move into this bigger, badder place with a few more friends at our back.
I could use the rest. It's been a tough, long night.
Are we sure no one's going to come back to that camp looking for their friends? There weren't that many people there.
I can't say no, but no one's come looking for any of the other camps just yet. And
Perhaps we camp here by the stream?
Yeah, maybe we. No, I think if we go back to the original camp, at least throw a big log on it to keep that fire going, so it doesn't go out halfway through the night. You know, keep them thinking at least there's somebody there.
Also, what if the dogs come back and we're camped by the stream and they don't see us?
Well, we leave a note. Tell them we by stream.
So many notes!
Always leave a note.
I love it. Rufa's that sticky note guy who always leaves a sticky note on your desk. Like, I borrowed your stapler. It'll be back at 3:15. Also, I'll give you this logic roll for free. So you want to walk all the way back to the camp to leave a note that you're going to go somewhere else, and then walk all the way back to that place.
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, you could do that. That's a choice. It's your life.
Exercise.
It's half an hour, right?
Hey, half an hour walk one way, so basically an hour round trip.
Yeah.
To leave a note to say I'll be over here.
That doesn't sound too much like a rest.
I mean, then why don't we go back to the camp? We can camp out there, keep watch, and then hope that the dog finds us.
Zoshmer.
Dog.
That's right.
Your hooch,
Yeah.
buddy. Sounds
Yeah.
like a plan, guys.
All right. To the
Alright.
camp we go!
Oh shoot, Zoshmer may have some hooch. Yeah, he's
So
coming back this way without it.
you go back to the camp, and we're hoping that Zoshmu's got that sweet hooch. Really fast, I need a perception check from everybody.
Oops.
27.
Nice. Very, very nice.
22.
22. Very nice. Michael.
22.
20, was that 22, Kylie?
Yes.
Awesome. What was yours, Michael?
25.
Okay, 25. Sidney, what was yours?
10!
Amy, what was yours?
19.
19. Okay. So, the thing that Ilona doesn't see, the thing that Matthias sees clears a bell. As she's walking back into camp, you suddenly see, hidden amongst the grass of the ground, this kind of odd depression. This is clearly a pitfall trap, and she does not see it.
Oh, man!
However, you can, as weird as this sounds, Casey, you can do a DC 12 thievery to effectively disarm this pitfall trap.
I would love nothing more.
You gonna help me? Big thank.
I'm gonna use,
Oh no, I don't like that thing.
I'm gonna use another hero point. It's fine. Come on. What was the TC you said?
The DC was 12.
Okay, I got a 15.
So close. So,
I had an 11, so I was like, yeah.
oh,
Fool me
Stop.
once. Fool me twice.
Fool me once, stab me with the spear. Fool me twice.
you ain't gonna stab me twice. So as she is walking up to the pit, I mean, no, he's only stabbed once.
Oh, okay, good.
No, then we had the other guy stab Morel with a tree.
Got it.
Yeah.
Lots of stabbings recently, sorry.
Yep.
And there was a point where you ran the bomb into the camp that was covered in flammable
Oh, yeah.
pitch, and then it blew up and made the fire worse. So it was just,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good times.
Yup. So Casey, as she's walking over to this pitfall trap, you see that the cover has a bit of like a weird sinewy string. You can probably grab it and pull it out so she won't fall. She'll see that there's a big giant gaping hole around her. So what do you do to save your friend from falling down a hole?
I imagine I'm a little bit ahead since she tends to be towards the back of the group. In almost like a slow motion, like I stop, notice it, see that she's coming, look over my shoulder, and quickly like just kind of dart towards the ground, pull it off, say, halt.
You stop in time, thankfully.
We do not need any more accidents with traps.
Certainly not. Thank you so much.
And also, I'm sorry that I was a bit callous earlier. Please accept my token of apology and point towards the hole.
So now we can add it to the roster of who gives the worst apology. Morel, Matthias. Honestly, I think Matthias does the best job so far because he actually saved my ass.
Yeah.
Awesome job. Well, you guys just removed a hazard that if she did fall down would have taken 10 bludgeoning damage and would have been, I don't know, probably about 20 feet deep in the ground.
Seen enough episodes of Pokemon to know not to fall in the pitfalls.
Yeah. So while you're doing
off
that,
again.
Pew.
well, let's see if I can remember in sign language. What was it? I forgot team, but it was like Team Rockets blasting off again. That's what it was. Yeah. I did a show where I had to do sign language. Anyway, point is you save Ilona's life. I imagine 10 damage. Maybe that would have killed her. Would have sucked though. Let's see here. But Kylie, you had a 22, and Roof had a 25, and Ian had a 22
as well.
Okay, so while you guys are off having this harrowing moment, everyone else kind of notices the Matthias to death half orc, full orc. I'm sorry, the Matthias death orc has this kind of paper from his pouch that's out on the ground, out and about. And you can see it's written in Orcish, and it's different than the ones you guys have.
Jonas.
Let's see, can I pick it up and copy it?
I mean, if you want to, yeah, you can absolutely copy
Information
it.
fight begins between Shonovan.
It's not like he can read it, though.
It's immediate.
He's
Can I copy it? Can I read it by myself?
he's
Can
like,
I for everyone else? Can I pass out copies? It's just
I want to get like
Xerox. I'm gonna cast Xerox.
There's got to be a Xerox spell or something equivalent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You get a copy. You get a copy. You all get copies.
Tells me that Rufa is one of those people that licks their thumb before they turn the page.
Yep.
Mhm, mhm. Every sip is like a. You're like just one. You just need to do one. Anyway, so you get the paper. I'm assuming you're making copies of it. Shionibus. In Orcish, you read, "Our correspondence tells us that your position has become compromised. Leave a small party behind to keep your position. Bring all other units and new units to the HQ for a full march to the human capital."
Ruh-roh.
She's gonna say this to in common to everyone, so y'all kind of know
Information.
what's going on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about our table read? People play
I'll write the translated thing under the thing.
So we gotta go. They said that they're gonna leave immediately and move fast.
When is Zashmaru supposed to get here again?
Well, the thing is, he left. He left in the morning. He said he'd be back in 2 days. It's about the afternoon, but he's still about a day away, technically, if he's just arriving at Camp 1, give or take. But you can tell from this letter that most of their strength has dwindled drastically for a full frontal assault on the human capital. So, if you have any, like, flares or whatever, you could at least get his attention.
How far away are we from? Okay, he's a day away, correct?
Mhm.
And it is a 2-day march to
The HQ.
Cobbledale.
So, from where you are, give me a second, I gotta do some transitive property. Yeah, it would be about 2 or 3 days march from your specific camp to get back to Cobbledale. If you
Oh.
cut through the forest, it would take about probably the same, if not a little longer, because the bad terrain.
Okay, so I think hearing that, Woodwort speaks up and says, "Hold on a minute. They're expecting a fight at Cobbledale. If it's a 2-day march to get to Cobbledale, and we got a 1-day march to get back to the dogs and probably the rest of the sea wolves, is there a possibility that we could catch them somewhere in the middle where they're not waiting for a fight?"
But Cobbledale isn't the capital. It's the other one.
They're going.
They're going
to
south.
Battle Fawn.
Wait, shoot, they get bigger?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. In Orcish, she's gonna look to our big fellow
Mm-hmm.
and say, "Did you say you were part of a new unit or are the new unit?"
He responds, Unit Leontari is part of many different orcs made. We are given rank of new unit. My title, Leontari. Brother units named Oliofa, others. Designations unknown.
New unit!
Bingo. Huh. I don't even know how to approach this subject to everyone. You have a problem.
Yeah.
We have several problems. Could you be more specific?
What is new?
Yeah, I know you're a problem, but we're not talking about you right now.
What's the problem?
These orcs, this massive orc, is the new unit.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
No.
dun.
No. The sole orc is the new unit. So every place that on that map that said new unit, they got one of these.
He raises his hand and he says, Designation New Unit Leontari, one of currently 5 known in use. Brother Unit Leowa, currently engaged by orders to the south. We are given a unit to move with, and we are given orders by Commander. All this, by the way, old, heavy Orcish.
But that's why we have to get to the headquarters, because that's where they're making the new units. We have to find out who makes them, so they can't make any more.
I mean, it makes sense to me to move on to the HQ if Cobbledale's not on their radar anymore.
Then what does it matter if, like, the dogs are a day behind us? They'll catch up.
Did you not see what he did to Morel?
Did you not see what they did to him?
Oh god, we don't stand a chance.
If we find who made them, we can find out how to unmake them.
It is our only chance.
I don't like this. I don't like it at all.
There are many things in life that is not fair.
Was that Ian?
I think Eloise is making a lot of sense here, and I think Rufus caught on faster than the rest of us. We got to make this march. I hate to say it, but the best way for us to defend Cobbledale is to make sure apparently there's bigger cities. Bigger cities don't fall.
It is better to nip it in bud.
And worst case scenario, and I mean this in the worst case, we take out a few of them, and that other place has a chance.
True.
In Elvish, he's gonna say this is a suicide mission.
Oh, not quite. We can send him in. I mean, shoot, if he takes out 1, that means there's only 3 left. If he dies in the process, 3's a hell of a lot better than 5.
That is math.
Our plan
I got it.
originally was to send Eloise in with Leon Tari, reporting about the other units and trying to infiltrate their camp from the inside. That was
So we're gonna do that. So we're gonna do that for all of them now?
I'm willing to go into the camp to try to find out who the person who's making them is. It's a goblin. And honestly, I can deal with goblins. So long as there's backup.
How
Yes,
do you
and
know
we are
they're
backup.
goblin?
AC.
Backup.
Got it. Okay.
Wait, could we not get Leon Tari to tell his other brother that Shonibus is now in charge? Like, if we can get them to talk to each other, then we got two.
Don't know if that's how that works.
We could use the man down by the river speech again.
That was a very good speech.
The caravan by the river, the wagon by the river.
Something not.
But the
Not
only
in
reason
that
that he
river.
started listening to us is because there was no one else left.
Exactly. So,
Well, we also don't know if the other four are at this HQ place. I'm not saying that's not where they make them. I think Eloise is right on that. But if the others have been dispersed, we may not be dealing with all the others all at once.
But we might be able to find out.
Yeah,
At the very
definitely. No,
least-
I'm with you, Eloise. I'm just
At the very
saying.
least, reconnaissance.
Yeah,
right?
I think we go take a look because at least we'll know what we're dealing with all at once. And if we're only dealing with another one of them,
There is chance.
there's a
Then
chance.
maybe Josh Maru or whatever, the dog dude, catches up with us then. And we have back.
Got it.
At this point, like some unusual, miraculous timing, you hear this horrendous rustling and stomping, and off in the distance, this voice, loud as can be and warbled by years of drink, just shouts, "Oi! What the hells are you not doing back at the camp? Do you know how long it took me to realize you weren't going to be there?" And then breaking through the trees, you see Zashimaru just standing with his club on his back, looking pissed.
We left the note.
And he looks at you and he spits in the ground and he goes, "Yomanai, I can't read!"
I knew it!
Oh man!
Shit. I wanted this scene to be like, have you guys ever seen Sinbad, like the DreamWorks version?
Oh yeah.
Where it's like the two twins and they're like, pay up. Like, put coin. I should
No, I
have.
love it. I wanted to end last episode with like a cut to moment where you cut to the one camp and there's Zashimaru with their note going, "My God, I can't read." But I thought this was at least better for the narrative structure flow. And he's just like yelling and screaming in Japanese and like, "Oh, you dumb! I can't read." And you see a bunch of other dogs just coming from the forest. Well, his crew, his mercenaries, and they're like scratching at places and they're like sharpening, like they're finding this one really bad spot of the hand that's itching at, like it's a sore, and they're scratching with their tooth. And he's like, "Yeah, we've been walking for like 2.5 days, only stopping to pee and sleep. We get to the camp and we find a bunch of papers. I can't talk to papers."
The situation has changed.
It's like, "I'm guessing because your location's changed. So what is it? What do we?" And then he stops and looks at Leontari and goes, "That's a big son of a bitch. So what do we?"
That's a change. That's the change.
And he kind of stops and goes, "Huh?" And he looks at him and he goes, "Are orcs doing more push-ups?"
Yes.
They're eating.
I'm eating
salad.
vegetables.
Yes, they
apparently.
Yeah, this is what happens when they get a salad.
And he's got his club up and he's just like, now I'm getting fired up. All right, you bring me the biggest one. I'll knock him down like a tree. And
Oh, you
Leontari
just
just kind of
right
starts
now.
looking for trees.
Well, I think we've definitely hit the chance here. We gotta follow what Eloise said. We gotta move to the HQ. We got a better chance than ever. Okay, so Zashmaru, we've already gone through like 4 of these camps, right? One way or another. We got it done, which considering we're all standing here, is pretty impressive. Hell, we even gained one. But this one's a lot bigger, and we're going to be waiting for you. So the fact that you're here means, I'm sorry, bud, but we're going to keep on walking.
You can just kind of hear him sigh, and he's like, he starts swearing in Odeyasu, or Odeyasian, and he's just like, you paid me for a job. I'm gonna do the job. And he shouts off into the woods, and he just says, dogs! Pack up! We run! Yes, Michael.
Could Rufa say, look it this way. Bigger fight, better loot.
You see his eye starts to twinkle, and he tries so hard to fight that he's like, okay, loot's good. Here's new plan, old man. We're gonna fight with you guys, and we keep any loot that we find, or kill, or trip over, or that you have that we lick. If we lick it, it's ours.
Except for the information that we need.
I can't sell information. Wait.
We get big orc information.
Okay. You guys take the information. Brotherhood of Dogs takes stuff. Agreed?
No.
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 Actually, question.
Yeah.
Can I do my legal lore and do another negotiation?
Legal lore.
Yes, you can. You're still at your minuses because you have yet to go to bed.
But did that short rest help at least? Like maybe make it a -3 or -2?
I'll make it a -3 for you because you did have some
Okay.
time, but you really need to go to bed before it all goes
Okay.
away.
Oh,
Good
no.
question.
Yes, Kaylee. Kylie.
Is the Ulfgard with them?
Ulfgard is... Hold on.
So I did have that
believe-
amazing speech.
Yes, and I
Mhm.
believe you went back to get Ulfgard with the dogs, right? When you released them 2 days ago? Look at my notes.
Yeah, because she gave him a letter.
Yeah, that's right.
And they can read.
Yes, they can. Thank God. So, yes, legalese roll. What is it?
My arms are up, and
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Oh, it's a
Oh.
crit.
Yeah, nat 20.
Bam, bam, bam!
Ooh, that's 5.
That's 5.
We need one more.
There's one more for that
One
sweet
more.
6.
Well, if you add everything, that'll be 27. Then -4, that would be 23. -3, 24.
Holy crud muffins.
Give me a quick legalese jargon spew here to kind
All
of...
right. Rufa,
on Zushman.
out of his bag, pulls out an abacus. All right. So, you want a percentage, or do you want gross, or do you want net worth? And we could also put perhaps insurance on certain things. You carry the 1, 2, you get the 3. But you do not forget, we also do labor too. Labor is separate, and then you get 7 carry the 7. Then, we will give you 30%, but we get to keep 50% of that. Then we carry the 4, the 1. Basically, just goes on for like an hour.
Eventually, he just kind of stops and he goes,
It's a good deal.
yeah, I'll take the lump sum, non-return, gross net. I don't want a gross net. I'd rather have a clean net, but hey, I've slept in garbage before. Do you need a job? Because I'm pretty sure we need better negotiation skills. And
We will negotiate that out later. But right now, Rufa kind of writes his notebook and then tears it off, signs it, and offers receipt.
he looks at the receipt and he goes, so I still can't read.
No, yes, but my mark is on that. You put your mark on it. That is contract agreement. And that is good for at least 2 seasons.
You
Goes-
just asked a dog to put his mark on something.
Yeah, he
Not
takes
P
it
mark, though.
and he just licks it. He goes,
Okay, that counts.
there, I marked it. It's mine now.
Did you
All
just
right.
get free labor for
Contract.
2 seasons?
With a 30% gross net, I think.
Mhm.
Also, you hear coming from behind a bunch of the clanging and clamoring of metal and wood, and you see Ulfgard Company dragging some of the dogs behind them, and they're like, and they say, "I heard someone did a deal for 30% gross net profits. Is this like a deal to be taken seriously? I feel like if this is a serious deal, that is a really bad deal. Am I?" They look at you, they see the cut sign, they're like, "Oh, I mean, no, that's a great deal. Yeah, you should be very happy about your deal. Best deal you could get, really. It's wonderful." And then Zashmaru is just kind of looking at this note and going, "Yeah, I'm a damn good businessman." And he like folds it up and then crimples it into a ball and then sticks it like right in his pants. And he's like, "Yeah."
Pleasure to do business with you.
So he shouts to the dogs and he says, "We got another job. 30% gross net, over and under for 2 seasons today." And the dogs are like, "We don't know what that means, but boss, that sounds amazing. We're gonna like get food and money." He goes, "Da. We're getting stuff. That could be anything. You don't even know. That could be food and money. We gotta do this." And the guys are just kind of like, "You're right." And Zashman goes, "Yeah, I am." Gets a gourd, pops it up, and he looks at Woodward and he says, "So I found some rice from back home. I've been keeping this gourd. I've been completely ignoring it. You want to hit?"
I was about to see. I was just telling Morel you can ferment anything, and he wasn't believing me. And I was look, rice.
Morel's like,
the gourd, and you're good.
Morel's like, "I don't even understand how rice would become a wine. That's like into one thing, into another thing. I've never seen it happen, mate. No, I've had rice for food. I've never had it to drink." And there's Zashmaru going, "It tastes awful, but it does the trick."
Oh, you got to start somewhere. Hand it on. Come on.
He gives you this horribly janky, like moonshine rice wine. It's potent. Oh god, it'll rip you, and it's a rough drink, but it does the trick. It's not like that nice rice wine you get where it's nice and like fermented on purpose.
Oh yeah,
Fermented on purpose.
All right. So as it stands, you now have what's left of all of the Brotherhood of the Dogs, all of Ulfgard Company. Larry and Voss is chilling in a pupusa in a river. And you have Zashmaru, who it's not that he's dumb, he just doesn't understand business. So he's just happy that he's getting a job for his boys. So now Morel is kind of looking around, talking to Zashmaru, talking to the Brother of the Dogs, talking to Ulfgard Company, and he looks back to everyone else and he says, "I gave him the old attaboy speech, slap on the back. His boys and girls and soldiers are ready to watch in any more war you ask them to, so I guess the only question is, mates, where do we take this army to? Going to the headquarters? Going to the Adelphon? Doing a bit of both?"
Would we want them to get in between Adelphon and AHQ? So that if they start to run, they run into them?
We could have a really nice pincer position that way, yeah. A force meeting them before they engage their enemy, and us coming up the rear for reinforcements.
Is there a possibility that we could use Adelphon as that pinch? Like, what if we set the rest of them forward to let Adelphon know that, hey, meet us somewhere in the middle?
Oh, Adelphon's a really big landmass, and the capital itself is a bit embedded in there. If they try to march up from Emery, from Cobbledale, and get into Adelphon, there's going to be some, I don't want to say light resistance, but let's just say it's going to take a minute before they get the big city in their view.
Well, shoot, I'm just going to leave it all to you then, because as soon as roads get rocks on them, like stones and bricks, I just avoid it. So, if, I don't know where we're headed at this point, but I think we need to use everybody we got.
Michael.
Rufa goes, might I offer perhaps some suggestions on tactics? Perhaps if we could get ahead of the group, maybe guerrilla warfare, pelt them from afar, harass them, maybe set up traps and like pitfalls. We could put some pointy sticks in said pitfall, so when they fall in hole, they get stabbed by pointy sticks.
I mean, do we still want reconnaissance? Because then,
Yes.
so I can go in, you guys set up your pitfalls and everything, and then we figure out some kind of signal. Either I send it or you send it, and then we break all hell loose, and everyone, we can try to get them from both sides. We can have,
No, I think we're onto something here because honestly, like, think about it like fire ants, right? So, like, we don't have to win. We just have to convince them it's a bad idea.
Annoy them.
Sidney, your hand raised.
No, I was just going to say, as much as Alona doesn't know about battle, she has read about it in books, and she thinks that it is a fine idea to go with the pincer position, guerrilla warfare, and do reconnaissance all in one.
Yes. Annoy them into submission.
Quick, get out fast.
Good gorilla pinch.
We call this Operation Antlion.
Ooh, Operation Antlion. I dig it. So
Yeah.
Morel kind of starts getting into his military stance, regiment, and he goes, may I offer a suggestion? If you'd like to,
Yes,
I can
please.
take Ulfgard and Brotherhood of Dogs. We can start creating, as a team, the pitfalls and trap retinues. We can even coordinate, before you go in, Eloise's trigger word, and giving you a small brief idea of where these ambush points are laid. That way, you're free to move about in a smaller commando unit in the headquarters. Myself and the two companies will be ready for the counter-offensive once you chase them into that ambush point. Or we could just roll into the headquarters with a massive frontal army and then just pull the hell out.
The first one!
That. I like the first one.
First one. All right. I'll tell you what. I'll take Zashmaru. I'll take the dogs. I'll take Ulfgard. I'll head to the point. I'll draw the map where I'm going to place a location. That way, we can coordinate in advance where to draw the unit out to. How close to Adolfon do we want them to get?
Do you think
At least
Alphond
2
will
weeks,
hear or
max.
see anything and try to fight back?
You see this kind of awkward pain expression. Knowing how Adolfon fights, how they war, I think they would. I think they try to outsource it to a nearby knight senator. But they believe the sticks are strongest when they're gathered, so they're going to try and hit them with as many different forces at one time. Hopefully, if we stop them from getting close, none of the people actually have to get completely murdered by these giant units.
What if we just convince them Adolfond is there, even though they're not?
How so?
So we've got explosives we can set,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got a guy who can throw trees. That's enough of a distraction for an army to make it seem like something a lot bigger is coming down the way.
We could use them as a siege engine and absolutely terrify them from a distance.
There's a chance he'll hit one of those big guys, and if they start running, they may run into little Eloise's bombs.
That's true. That's true. Well, I'm only a commanding officer when you give me leave to command. Right now, as it stands, Morel awaiting orders.
Well, shoot. Shonibus is our officer, so give it to him.
Michael, really fast.
I was gonna say, Rufa goes. Perhaps we could also gather the green wood, the young wood, burn for very much smoke, make very large noise, make forces seem bigger than it really is.
All right. Well, I think the consensus right now is that I'm going to take the other units. We're going to start creating ambushes, distractions, all sorts of things, just so that I have my orders clear. I'm going to take both units south of the headquarters before they are to engage with Adolfon Primus, and I'm to create pitfalls. I'm to create ambushes, and I'm to create distractions with smoke and explosives. Are these my orders?
Yes.
All right.
Wait.
All right. Understood. And he turns to everyone else, and he kind of gives this gesture like a snap and a whirly bird, and he goes, all right, move out. Follow your leaders. You know who's in command. I'm just the louded voice. Doesn't make me right. Everyone around me, and he points to all of you guys. These are your commanding officers for now. And apparently the ranger there is commanding officer for this big guy. He kind of pauses and goes, I'm going to need someone who he'll listen to if I'm going to put him downrange.
Should we do that, or should he stay over here in case they start to go the other direction? We don't have a fallback in case they start going north instead of south.
Let's keep him here in case we need a plan B or H.
All right, that will change. Michael, we're having a hard time seeing what that is. It just looks like more of your background.
No, I was going to say, I made a sign that says, name tag goes, hi, my name is Rufa.
Oh, I love that. So you can just wear that with pride. So Morel says, all right, it may affect our ability to create the ambushes and the distractions, but we still have plenty. We still have what we need. All right. Give me a few hours to create all of the distractions, ambushes, etc. Let me put on the map where I'm planning on stationing these things. All right. I am now making a big square so that it looks different on the map, and I'm putting it, and it's going to say ambush and stuff. And this page is coming right out of the book. Okay, so ambush and stuff. So the headquarters is here. New unit probably used to be there. Judging by the orders, they probably moved the new unit from here back to the headquarters. So from here south, as you're going to Adolfon, the ambush will be maybe like an hour, 2-hour run.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So Morel takes the people. I need one last roll for the game, and what that is the effectiveness of these bombs. Because technically speaking, we took them, but we didn't actually make a bomb.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I need all y'all to roll on the bomb.
Not 20! Oh, that's
There
6!
it is. There it
Guess
is.
don't have to the rest of us don't have to roll anymore.
Is that 7?
Because I got a nat 22.
Oh my gosh, dude!
High five! We did it!
Let's keep this trend going, and then it'll just
Absolutely.
get super easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rock and roll, buckaroo.
I can't wait
What
till
kind
for
of roll
episode
is it?
25.
You should
Yeah.
It's just going to be like, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20. All the time. That's the name of this company. All right, so we have 2 nat 20 bombs. Those are going to hurt. Who else is
What's-
on this pain train?
What's the roll?
or what?
The roll will be either a craft check or an arcana check. Because you're
They're
using...
the same.
Technically, if we're adding it's a 26 level bomb, but not 20. Mhm.
I got
Prometheus.
11.
An 11, okay. Not bad.
That
Rufa,
is-
what'd you get?
Dirty 20.
Nice. What were you saying, Ian?
Casey, that is nothing. I got a 10.
What?
Hey, it's only one less.
Amy, what's them bombs?
23.
23. Okay, so for those of you watching at home, once the ambushes and distractions and all the craziness is going to be set up, we're going to have one dirty 20 bomb, one 23 bomb, a 10 and 11 bomb, and 2 critical big bada booms. So we'll see what happens with those bombs, we'll see what happens with those ambush, and we'll see what happens when our heroes get into the headquarters on next week's episode of Edge of Legend. Thank you so much
Woo!
for tuning in. We're going to do a quick outro for you all. Michael Powell, say your name and where we can find you.
Howdy, howdy. I am Michael Powell, and you can find me all over the interwebs under at Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO. And also my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Powell Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. on the Toyzilla Live Facebook page, I will be hosting a show called Toyzilla Live, where we talk about toys and nostalgia.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Casey, hit me with those sweet, sweet deets.
Hey, I'm Casey. I'm Case Crusader and all of the things. I see you, Pengu-chan. We love you as well. Thank you for watching. That's me. I'm Case Crusader. Look me up.
Absolutely. All right, Sidney, hit us with those details.
Hi, my name's Sidney, and you can find me on the interwebs at Sidney Rubino. I also tell stories every Tuesday, which are Hans Christian Andersen fairy tales for chillins, or dogs, or parents, or neighbors, and they're fun. And also, thank you everyone for watching. Reap Psych, I see you in chat. You are a joy as always. Thank you very much. Bye!
All right, Kylie, give us those details.
I'm Kylie. I played Shionibus, who had trouble today with friends, but it's fine. You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life doing things. I'm going to Evermore Park this weekend in Utah. If y'all want to be on either Instagram or TikTok, I'll be posting a whole bunch of stuff if y'all want to come along.
All right, Ian.
Hey, I'm Ian. You can find me on Instagram at Scoutmaster of the Troop. And I should be having some pretty cool stuff come up soon. I'm going to look at starting a blog and some other things, so I'll fill you guys in on those details coming up.
And you make candles.
Yeah, that's true. I do make candles. We do have a small shop, me and my girlfriend. It's called Witch and Heathen. Check us out on Etsy.
Absolutely. Amy, give us those sweet, sweet deets.
Hi, I'm Amy. I played Eloise. I am Amory by the Sea everywhere on the internet. I do stuff on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and all that kind of stuff. And soon, the podcast of me and the person to this side of me in this setup, our podcast, Talk Nerdy to Me Baby, will be back in a few weeks.
Woo! So excited for Talk Nerdy to Me. Everyone, I have been PJ Megaw. That's pj.megaw on Instagram and on Twitter at _mega_w. I don't go there. Maybe later I might go back to Twitter. I've been the GM for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 6 this week. Has been insane. The last week has been rough, and we are so glad that we get to sit down and just laugh and play with you. So, this has been us signing off. We'll see you next week. Malice1975, I see you in the chat. I hope you enjoyed it. Malice1975, I get to wait to see you next week.
Hey, big
$19.85 also.
Clearing it up. It was Ralph in the bathtub.
Yep.
Raph, it was
And
thank
thank you
Booch.
to was it Bedlam and Danger for rating us.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was really good.
Yes. And
Oh,
the
thank you so much.
.t network, right?
Yeah, Dottie, thank you so much for coming. So great to see you, man.
And Lost Thoughts, also cool.
Yes, so cool.
Yes. Guys, we have so many friends.
Thanks for keep coming back.
Yeah, please come back. You keep coming back. We'll keep doing shows because we like having fun with you.
Hell yeah.
Woo!
We do like fun.
Me too.
Well, until next time, you guys have a great night, and I'll see you here. I'll see you here on Edge a Legend, where we're becoming heroes and legends together.
See you guys.
Bye.